Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm
Thank you for
doing good.
having me.
Of course. Thank you for calling my show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your amazing time zone help. Frig. I've worked with a lot of people from all the different parts of the world to come on my show, but like you had the most like flexible time. I love it.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I got that unemployed schedule.
You know
I'm
what?
self-employed, right? I do my own thing.
That's a pretty helpful. That's very helpful. I like that. That's
It
actually
is.
really
It is.
cool. You know what? I will say that if you can actually come up with your own schedule, yeah, no, time zones don't really hurt that much, right? Right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I guess that's a good thing about being a content creator. You can just kind of like be flexible and yeah,
Yeah,
make it
just do
work,
all
I
do all your
guess.
stuff. I love it. No, it's great. It's amazing. Well, hello everyone. This is a fun little VTuber talk show we like to host each and every week where we get to know a brand new VTuber. This week we have a very, very talented, lovely guest. How about you introduce yourself to the few people might not know who you are?
Yeah, I think you flatter me too much, Chico. So, hello everyone. My name is Mari. I am what I call an artist, magical girl VTuber from Portugal. Most of my most of my content revolves around my art and the stuff I draw. I drew my own model, all those things, and I do a lot of like YouTube content with like speed paints and my thoughts, I guess, about the art process. And then I also stream on Twitch. I do more like variety streaming, more like I guess VTuber stuff, with like the singing and the gaming and all that stuff. So yeah, we have a good time here.
Yeah, no, I love that. Super talented in the way that you not
Oh,
only do
thank
really
you.
good art, yeah, not only do you really good art, but you also are like a pro gamer, kind of.
Oh.
I love.
I wish.
Well, I overheard you say that you did like some tournaments before this. Like that's pretty pro gamer right there. Have you won anything?
Yes, I used to compete in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but I don't think I've ever won anything.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
I used to, sometimes I would get a couple of top eights here and there, but never anything special.
Oh, no worries, no worries. It's still pretty good, like talented kind of side of things. Especially when it comes to like VTubing, a lot of people like to get into like the VTubing side of things just because they're very passionate about one thing, and then they don't really go into the other forms of stuff. Like they either a gamer or the artist, and sometimes they'll dabble between the two, but usually they just stick with what they're good at. But yes, pro gamer. She's pro game. Look at her pro gamer. She's like, oh yeah, I just
Chat is
face off.
flattering me.
They always do. They always bass music choice. Thank you. I hope you like it. If you guys can guess some of the music that I have in the background, I definitely give you all the brownie points. But to give you a hint, all my music in the background are all based off of video games because they're the only ones that are like DMCA free. Except for Nintendo games. Except for
They do be
Nintendo
like
games.
that.
They do be like that. Except for video games that come from Nintendo. They don't like me. They don't.
No, I'm sorry.
So it's okay. Nintendo just doesn't like people sharing. They just don't like sharing at all.
I never really had a problem with them, but maybe I'm just lucky.
Well,
Or
see,
maybe on YouTube it's different.
maybe. I do know that like Nintendo and Disney are notoriously known for like making so that it's hard to like get any of their music
Square
to play on
Enix
it.
as well.
Yeah, Square Enix is also another really
Square
one.
Enix sucks at
Freaking
that.
Square Enix, I know. Because I remember I had a VTuber once on here that was really into Luigi's Mansion, so I thought I had like a spooky Luigi's Mansion intro, and I got copyrighted on that.
No.
And then I had another one who was the perfect mix. Like she actually was the Haunted Mansion ghost. She's a VTuber of the Haunted Mansion ghost. So I had the Haunted Mansion theme play in the beginning, and Nintendo swooped in and demonetized that like crazy.
Sucks.
Yeah,
Wow.
so
I never had trouble with them, but maybe I've been lucky. Maybe I yap too much. And they
maybe
can't
maybe you fill up the space so they can't understand your music. You can't understand. Yeah, even now and then, like I will have a song on here that I thought everything was perfect, so I will have it on for years, and then out of nowhere I'll be like, copyright this random song, and I was like, what happened? What song was it? I can't find it, and it's whatever. But anywho's it's for those who are new here, we'll be asking 15 questions to our lovely guests here, get to know them as a content creator, their VTubing history, some fun facts about them, and some interesting topics that they see in their VTuber industry. So sit back, relax, hope you guys enjoy your stay. Eat all the popcorn. I saw some emotes of someone eating popcorn. Definitely all the popcorn. You guys won't like it. It'd be really good. And then obviously, if you guys would like to ask some questions yourself, ask away, ask all the questions. And then if you
Ask
guys
away.
ask all the questions, this lovely lady over here definitely needs to get her fill of all the questions. She's the center stage of the spotlight. She's the idol. She deserves all the attention, right? Right? Is that how that works? That works?
Well, when you put it like when you put it that way,
All the
you're making me a little
blushes.
shy here.
It's adorable. It's so adorable. Also, we also have a spin the wheel redeem. So if you guys would like to hit her spin the wheel, you guys can hit that, and a random question will pop up, and she will be forced to ask it, no matter what it is. Maybe, I don't know. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, there's some controversial questions on there, so who knows? Who knows?
No worries at all. No problem at all. I'm perfectly calm and collected.
Yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen when they'll spin the wheels.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen, right?
Yeah. What's the worst? Let's just say that there's some food-related questions. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so let's see. We can get started with the first question of the night. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Let's get started with the best question to ask to start off any interview. Why and when did you get started with streaming in the first place?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So I've always kind of enjoyed like sharing experiences with like games and stuff. Like I grew up kind of like as like an only child. I didn't really have anyone to game with, those kinds of things. So I just played a lot of like games alone, and I always found myself just kind of thinking like, oh damn, I wish someone else was here to see it, like I wish this moment was like shared with someone else. And then I would go to school and like talk about like video games with my classmates and be like, oh yeah, this cool thing happened to me like yesterday. So I always kind of had that like in the back of my mind a little bit. And then I started playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate competitively, like I was saying, and I got into the community. So I would go to like locals, I was learning the game, all that jazz. But then the pandemic hit.
Usually that happens. Yeah,
that happens. And I, like a lot of other people, turned to streaming during that time because it was really lonely, and I kind of wanted to keep connecting like with my local community. So I was just like, okay, I have a good computer now, I feel lonely, I want to connect with these people that I can't see now because of the pandemic, and I want to get better at this game, so I'm just gonna start streaming. And that's just kind of what happened. I did. So I was streaming a lot of Smash at the beginning, and then I branched out.
Yeah. I love how it started I just want people to see my work and enjoy it together, to, oh my god, the world's on fire and I'm super lonely, I need to see some kind of connection. And then now you're here.
Yeah.
Full
For
circle,
sure, it was
circle.
really unexpected because at the start I only had like a couple of friends, like the people from the community. I would do like viewer battles, so essentially I was playing with the same people as before. But essentially at the start it was mostly like friends, and then I started getting like other people who wanted to see Smash, and they liked the art, or they followed me because of my art. And so it was just kind of like, it was a slow but steady kind of cycle of sometimes I would get new people and just slowly growing like that.
I like it. That's always good. It's always good to get those new people to enjoy the content that you like to make. Also, you just have similar tastes, so that's really cool. Now, really good question that I've been meaning to ask you now is, you said that you are a LMOG pro of Super Smash Brothers. It's the most epic, the best of players, obviously. Who do you main as?
I mean, the toppest of top tier characters, Zelda.
Oh, Zelda main.
She was bottom 5.
Yeah, she's not the highest tier, but you know what?
No,
I can't really.
but she's so fun.
She is so fun. I actually played a little bit of it because I watched Alpha Red play some of from her, and she just looks fun. She looks fun to play as. So I have dabbled with her a couple times, and whenever I'm just playing for fun, I'll just like play as her. I did do just some tournaments on old Super Smash Brothers, like one that was on the it was Brawl. I was really good at Brawl.
Okay.
And I was the Ike main, and I've done one tournament. I did not win, and I stopped playing competitively, so I stopped doing that. But I did have some fun. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
The community was really nice to me, at least, like for the most part. I just had I just made a lot of long-term friends. I see some of them in chat actually from those times still.
Recognized,
So
being
I'm,
recognized.
I'm still very, even though I don't play the game anymore, I'm still like very connected with it, and I'm very thankful for it.
Nice, nice. I love that. I love that. Well, hey, it's always good to make friends off those, and that's why
Yeah, for sure.
it'll always be a place in your heart.
For real, yeah, hell yeah.
When I was first starting out with my content creation, I think what really helped me grow as big as I was is because I did do a lot of Smash games with like people, and I would just host like online like Smash tournament, and I will have people jump in and we'll just play and just
cool.
and that's how I found out I was not that good at the game. Because I would play people online.
Usually that's the pipeline. Usually you go from like best in your friend group until your first local, and you're like, wait, what the hell is a DI?
Yeah, what's the eye? Well, why is Diddy Kong throwing out a banana? Why can't I even move? Why can't I move? Yeah.
And then probably had 2 bananas, right?
Yeah, so it was so difficult, so difficult. But I had it was great. It was great times. But man, they definitely humble you. They definitely humble you a lot. Because
sure.
I found out that as a Bowser main, as someone who's just like a big dude, it was so much fun to play as. But man, if I ever face off against like a Pichu or like a Ness, I realized what juggling was, and it was very difficult. How do I get out of this little situation? But no, it was good times. Good time. I have a soft spot for Smash. I've always loved Smash. I remember I got in trouble because I used to work at a GameStop. And the day they released Super Smash Bros. For the Switch, I actually took the day off the next day, and they got mad at me because I was like, "Why did you take off the day of the release off?" I was like, "Because
like this massive release."
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So they got me. But
I
had to play it.
Actually.
But I really want to play the game. It was so good. I stayed up all night just playing it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's cool to see how you like start off something very simple and something you like to go into, and then now it blossomed to this. Now we did talk about this before stream, but you actually started off as a face cam streamer first, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Cool. When was the transition from face cam to VTubing actually like solidified? Because you kind of started out as a face cam, then you did a hybrid, and now you mostly do VTubing, right?
Yeah. So. At the time, I was just kind of like doing face cam because VTubing was like getting a lot of traction at the time because of like the whole live like English first generation came out. So like VTubing was really like strong in the West at the time. Like it was starting to get like really popular, and I was always kind of like I guess a little like afraid of it because it was like what is this new thing, right? Like should I get into it? Like being an artist, it would make sense to get into it. But I was also kind of like, there was this idea that this is really stupid now. Like looking back, it's such a stupid concept. But at the time, I feel like there was this idea that every single VTuber would get popular just for being a VTuber. Like, as long as like you're a VTuber and have a pretty model, you're gonna make it. And I guess it created this kind of like, I guess, like fear in my mind of like pursuing that in a sense. So I was just kind of like, no, I'm just gonna do like face cam streams. Like, if the idea is also to like, just connect with my Smash audience, like there's always that idea that like, like if you're a girl and you're streaming, you can also get those views very easily, which is like not true, by the way. Like you still need to do like when you're starting off, it's still just your friends, like no matter like what you look like. So I was just kind of like keeping that on the back of my mind, like the VTubing thing. But then I found myself like, so my overlay at the time was very convoluted because it was the gameplay, it was my art, it was the chat, and I dedicated like a little part of my overlay to my art. So I had like a little art showcase of my images, like just kind of sliding.
Yeah, like slideshow kind of thing, right?
Yeah, just kind of a slideshow of my art, like always on the corner, because I was just kind of like, I wanted to share my art with people. At the time, I wanted to be like a professional artist. I was finishing college. So I was like, yeah, even if I'm not streaming art, I want people to see my art. And then like after a while, like 2 years later, I was like, what am I doing? You know, like if I want to showcase my arts during my streams, why don't I just become my art? Right? Like why don't I just go like as a VTuber and make my own avatar and people, you know, I can promote my art without promoting my art like this way without, you know, convoluting, is that the word, like without like filling up my screen so much, right?
Yeah, confusing like a lot of the people because
Yeah.
like I like the simplicity of like a lot of like the streamers on here. I like this like I don't like the whole like super crazy border, all these lights, and then
Oh,
the
that was
sub
that was
goal, and
me.
also the chat on the side. I personally don't like that. I like the simplicity of like just webcam, gameplay, and chat every now and then. You know, like kind of stuff like that. And even when I become a VTuber eventually, I'm still gonna try and stick to that like mindset because I don't like the clutter. I don't like the clutter.
That's fair.
But
a lot of people don't like it.
well, but I do like the idea of like, well, if I'm artist, I don't just become my art. You know, like I have
Yeah,
this.
that was just kind of the thought process for sure.
You can become
Like-
anime. Isn't that like the dream come true right there?
Yeah,
You
of
become
course.
anime girl. You know?
Yeah, there was also the whole thing about like doing your makeup before the stream, making sure you have a ring light on your face that hurts you. Like, you're trying to focus on the game and the light is blinding you, and you're like, oh, what's happening? You know, that whole thing for hours on end, like worrying whether I'm making silly faces on the camera, worrying about people, you know, clipping something like out of context with my face in it, you know, that kind of stuff. As a VTuber, you just don't really have to worry about that at all. You know, so it was just kind of a mix between wanting to be a little like lower maintenance and not having to like put so much effort before stream like into my looks, and also becoming art and you know, letting everyone know, like whenever someone comes in chat and they say, oh my god, I like your model, I can always start a conversation, you know, and be like, oh, thank you, I drew it myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of a way to, I guess, double promote in a sense.
Which is smart. You did a good job, and like, the reasoning behind it is actually really, really good. And we'll get into more of, like the actual like part of your design that we talk about, because I want to gush about your design pretty quickly when we get to that part. But first, let's get into the second question of the night, which actually you kind of sprinkled in a little bit with what you just said just a bit ago.
I'm sorry, I yap.
No, yap
Just
away,
don't.
yap away. I want you to yap as much as you like, you know, because again, this is your show. I want you to come up with all the things you want to talk about. So yeah. Don't be afraid. Keep talking. Love to hear it. But yeah, let's get into the second question, which kind of goes into a little bit what you're talking about. So we'll talk about the more of the. So the question is, what do you like the most about being a VTuber gamer? And so we talked about how much you prefer being the VTuber part of things, of like advertise your art and less of the like stress of going into in front of the camera. Let's get into the creative part of being a VTuber compared to like you being a facecam VTubers. We talked about this a little before stream, but let's get into a little bit more of the creative side of being a content creator using a VTuber avatar.
So you mean like in gaming specifically in this case?
Yep, gaming or art. You can do it gaming or art.
Yeah, I think it also touches a bit on what we were talking before the stream started. Like sometimes when you're playing something, you're like really focused and like maybe you furrow like your eyebrows, you know, and you look kind of angry, and sometimes like you, without noticing, you're just looking like this, and you know, you're scaring off everyone, and people are like, oh, that guy looks, you know, that guy looks scary, I don't want to watch this guy. Right? And they click away because it's like, ugh. As a VTuber, you know, there's always the, you know, you can do like the happy face, or even if you're like more, I guess, like more serious, it's never gonna like look super bad, I guess, in a sense. So there's that. I think that's like a good one. I think on the other hand, you can also, there's also a little bit more freedom to like, you know, you can also use a green screen as like a flash tuber, you know, but as a VTuber, you know, there's always, you know, the stuff, you can make your model bigger, you can make your model smaller, you can move around a little bit, right? Like there's really no like how should I say this? There's really no like you don't have to worry so much, I guess, about about like the limitations, you know, like you were saying before that, you know, you had to flip your camera so you would like face the gameplay, but then you don't like seeing yourself like in that angle. So, you know, none of that is like really an issue when you're a VTuber. And I also feel like a lot of the time you can have like a little bit of creative liberty with like your design. Like for example, let's say you're someone who's really into like the Ace Attorney games or like mystery visual novels, you know, that kind of thing. Um, how about incorporating that into your design a little bit, right? I feel like it's always easier to, you know, get a little PNG of, I don't know, like an Among Us crewmate or something and put it like on your head before the stream starts than you know, going out of your way to like get a cosplay or something like that, you know. So I feel like it just allows for a lot of like fun stuff that you can use and you can do as a VTuber. Oh, let's say for example, like, oh, I'm gonna be streaming Persona 5. So how about I give myself a little panther mask, for example, you
Oh, look!
know?
It's Panther!
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, that kind of
adorable.
thing.
I love
So
that.
these
I
are
love
like
that.
the kind of, I guess, like fun things you can do with like your VTuber model, and it's a kind of it's a kind of freedom, I guess, you don't get as often with camera. Like it's definitely something you can get, but it takes a while, right? It takes a lot longer to prepare. So I think it just allows for that sort of creativity, you know, and to, I guess, be a little closer to the universe of the game you're playing.
Mm-hmm. No, I
But
agree
yeah.
100%. Like, going back to what you were saying before, is that there's a lot of creativity you can work in as a regular face cam streamer and a regular VTuber. But the main thing I focus about the two is that there's a lot more freedom that you're able to do, and you're not as limited as
Mhm.
a face cam streamer. Like, I would actually have to get a mask and buy a mask or do cosplay, make the cosplay if I want to be related to the game. But you can just find a free asset online, just plop it right on your face. Like,
And
look,
there's so
Panther.
many.
There's so many. There's so
Yeah.
many cool things. Like,
Yeah, the community is super talented, super open, and they don't hide anything, right? They don't what's the term? I'm forgetting the term. They don't gatekeep.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
gatekeep.
So I think that's probably my favorite thing about it.
I like that a lot. Yeah, like I will say this, like whatever like controversy the VTuber community is going through, one thing that always stays the same is that if you're a brand new VTuber, you are really welcome. Like there's so much welcoming when it comes to like brand new people who want to get into it. Like if you're just like a
For sure.
small time person, say, hey, I would like to get into a VTubing, what I do, you have so much support, so much assets that are free, and so
For
much like
sure.
tutorials that people just want to see you do really well. So I
Yeah.
love that about it, you know.
Mm-hmm. For
So,
sure.
but I do like the creativity a part of it too, you know. Like I will say that like I could definitely see myself like getting into a little more like the themes of different games when you put those kind of stuff on it. I remember
Mhm.
I was playing Mass Effect once, and I was able to get the helmet for Mass Effect, and I had it on for the first like hour, and I took it off immediately afterwards because I couldn't keep it on for too long because it was too
Yeah.
much. But like you could,
Yep.
it's a little sweaty, just a little sweaty.
Mm.
But here, as a VTuber, you can actually go above and beyond and have like the whole suit of armor and have all this
Yeah.
other kind of stuff. So yes, you're not as limited and you're not as like restricted when it comes to a lot of things you can do as a VTuber. And it doesn't take away the creativity; it just adds to it. That's the cool thing about it. Do you like? Did I miss anything? Do you think that like pretty much sums it up? Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's basically it for sure.
Awesome.
I wouldn't have said it better myself.
There you go. Well, like I said, I like the idea of that kind of stuff like that. I like that like VTubing kind of just adds to the creative space, you know. Because I think that's the reason why VTubing has launched up so massively, and why even to this day, like it's still like a really like dominant force. Because it started off like it kind of mostly started a long time ago, but it really picked up during the COVID era, you know, with HoloLive English coming up there. And the reason why it's still pretty massive now is because it's just an extra form of being creative, you know, instead of just being like the, I don't know, Mr. Beast of the content creations who just throws money at ideas and have things work out for him. You're now able to like have a puppet that you can control and be creative with that puppet, you know. You can be whatever you want to be and then have that theme behind it, you know. I love seeing people do that. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
Cool.
for sure. Like, I think, especially in the indie scene, you see a lot of like really, really creative individuals. It's great.
I love it. I've interviewed some of the most creative individuals on my show. I literally interviewed like peanut butter and jelly toast VTuber. I have interviewed a pickle VTuber. I interviewed 2 pickled VTubers technically. I interviewed the void VTuber who can transform into anything. It's really the VTuber itself is just 2 eyes on a black background, but he places that black background on everything that's in the world, like of the internet, and now he's that character. He's just associated with the eyes. So it's just so cool to see how creative people can get to it, and all the different kind of VTubers come out. Speaking of creativity, when it comes to VTubers and the different kinds of VTubers out there, you are a magical girl VTuber, right?
I am.
There's a good amount of magical girl VTubers out there, aren't there?
Yeah, there are.
So
with any, sorry, I was just gonna say, like, with any like genre of anime, I guess there's going to be a VTuber associated to it. For like, have you seen how many cat girls there are out there?
There's a lot of cat girls, a lot of dragon, and there's a lot of foxes, a lot of those.
Yeah.
So with all those VTubers out and about, what do you bring to the VTuber community that helps you stand out? I love how you actually saw her like thinking like,
I think, of course, my visual identity, I think, is probably like the strongest like contender for that. I make my own overlays, I made my own model, I make my own emotes, my branding assets mostly I made myself as well. So I think there's that really strong like brand identity and visual style that I guess sets me apart in that sense. So, you know, even with the logo and stuff that I also made. Other than that, I just think overall I don't think I gatekeep either. Like, you know, like I feel like a lot of people follow me because they think I'm this sort of because they see me from like YouTube, right, or from somewhere else, and they're like, oh, like this person can do so much stuff, right? Like that's so cool. Like she can speak a bunch of languages, she can draw, she can I don't know, like play this game or do this or do that. And then I think they come to my stream and they realize that all of these things are stuff that they can do as well, and they can learn to do above all. So I think there's this mix of, I guess, achievement and relatability that I think is quite unique to me and my content. Because a lot of people go, oh, I want to draw like her, right? Or I want to see how she does the kind of stuff, and then they join one of the art streams, and I'm just ready to, like, you know, put it all out on the table, you know, and let them all know, just, oh yeah, I do this exactly this way and that way, and you know, just keep working hard, just keep doing this, and you'll do it too, you know, eventually. So I guess that's sort of like, I guess, hero's journey. I don't know if you could call it that, but I think that kind of thing is certainly something that I would consider unique about myself and my content.
Yeah, so I pretty much, how I'm getting it at is that, like, people see you very relatable. Like even though they see you outside of your streams, they see you as this extraordinary talented person who's able to do so many different things. So they assume.
No, it doesn't work. Damn.
What happened?
I wanted to do a cool thing.
Oh no.
I don't think it works though. Yeah, it doesn't work. But this works though.
Oh hey, look,
yeah.
Angel.
I had like this cool light and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, this holy godlike character and everything. But no, it's just this really talented person, and so when they come to actually see your stream, you're very personable. I think that's what the word is. Very personable. Where like you're very relatable in that kind of sense. Where like they don't see you as like this super unattainable like thing, you know, like, oh my gosh, she's just so talented.
For sure.
Yeah, she's so talented, I can never get to that. And you're like, no, you can. Look, watch, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing so you can get to this skill as well. And people are like, oh, you know what? Okay, I can see this. Which is a really good like lesson to teach people. Also is very hard to find sometimes. There's a lot of artists don't really like give people the time to explain every detail and teach people how to do that unless they put it behind a paywall.
I kind of understand why they do it as well. Like it's not like I can't understand where they're coming from. But this is like a completely different like topic, and it might be a little touchy, but I feel like after this era of like TikTok and content being so accessible for everyone and information being so accessible for everyone, I feel like how do I say this in a like not out of touch way? I feel like people are getting a little more um they're getting more entitled to
Okay.
information and to content creators' time as well. So, for example, I still get a lot of comments that are like, can you make a step-by-step process on how to draw a character? And I'm like, no, I cannot, because for that you need anatomy, like knowledge, right? You need a bunch of like experience with your art software or with your pen and pencil and paper, right? Like learning how to draw is not something that you can do on a step-by-step tutorial. Like it's not a recipe that you follow, right? Like if you're looking for and I feel like nowadays people are very always kind of looking for this like step-by-step recipe process for everything. What's the recipe for success? What's the recipe for being a great artist? What's the recipe for becoming really good at Smash Bros? What's the recipe for being more charismatic? You know, those kinds of things. I feel like because of like short form content and how many like you know step-by-step tutorials became super duper viral on, you know, TikTok and other platforms, people became a little bit more entitled. So I can totally understand like being an artist and like being kind of frustrated at certain comments that you get sometimes. In my case, I always try to do that kind of thing on stream where there's like a more, you know, like personable, right, relationship you can have, you know, with a one-on-one situation with people. But like if you're just a content creator reading YouTube comments, I also like it's not like I can blame them, you know. It's kind of what I mean. Like, I don't think I'm above those creators at all because I really understand where they're coming from. Because a lot of the time, the audience can be a little bit entitled.
Yeah, it's the mindset of like, you know, I want this fast. I want to do this fast. I don't want to waste my time. I'm so used to short term. I'm so used to the internet just giving me my answers right as soon as I asked it. You know, I just want you to just be like, okay, I want to know how to draw. Tell me how to draw. You know, I was like, well, it takes time, it takes effort. You need to do your own research. You can't just do it in 3 steps. You know, you have to put time.
It's about the journey, right?
Exactly. But a lot of people, especially in like our age, maybe even younger, they're so used to getting everything immediate that they don't like that as an answer. They don't like that they have to sit through time and trials and make mistakes and all that kind of stuff. That they just want to be able to do it massively in like 3 easy steps.
Yeah, it's results. And it's not their fault either, you know, it's just the way things evolved. But yeah, I try to do what I can, you know, to just kind of help people with also critical thinking and all those things that I think are really important. I don't know, I just I'm not trying to be a role model, but I'm trying to make the world a better place, I guess.
Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet. So sweet of you. Oh, so nice. But no, like it's not just that. It's just like a lot of artists usually like to like, and I'm in the same boat when it comes to them because I have interviewed a lot of artists and I love to interact with a lot of different artists. But I think that they undervalue their worth. I think that's what happens a lot. Is that like I want like sometimes they'll do something for free. Like, hey, can I create something for free for you? I'm like, no, let me pay you because you do such a good job. You should deserve like compensation, kind of stuff like that. Now there's sometimes that they just do it for free, and I just super appreciate that kind of stuff like that. But like, I just want artists to feel like they are getting valued for their work. Sometimes they feel a little bit too valued, and that's where the whole like argument that they kind of seem like they're like above all the rest of the people when it comes to like, oh yeah, well you have to, if you want to learn how to do this, you have to pay for like services like me teaching you how to do stuff, you know. And I totally agree with people should knowing their value, but there's some people who overvalue a lot of their stuff that goes into this kind of situation that they kind of get a little bit of an ego. So there's kind of a problem that kind of sense.
Will happen. Yeah, I think that will happen in every field, I guess, right? Especially because we live in such like a money-centric, you know, mentality. Society.
Yeah, unfortunately, which makes sense.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's about like how you sell yourself, and um, if people are quote unquote dumb enough to buy it, right? You know, if people are buying it, you know, whether it's good or not, then I guess it's on them, you know.
Yep. If there's a market for it, then there's a market for it.
Yeah.
No, that's how it is. Definitely. Cool, awesome. Oh, I mean that. Give them. So the next question for you, and that is, are you looking forward to any projects for your art, or is there any games you're looking forward to stream either later this year or next year?
I feel like after my debut last month of like my new outfit, I think I've run out of things to look forward to, because that debut sucked the living soul out of me, and it sucked a lot of money as well. So I had this whole project of a new outfit. Oh, the light thing was working. You just can't see it because we're doing the VTube Studio collab thing. Interesting. It works on my screen. It works on my machine.
What? That's lame. I want to see it. I want to see the light thing.
But actually, you know what? I'm gonna show it to you. I said I did say I wasn't gonna, because it's not.
Oh
very
yeah,
seamless.
It takes a bit. Yeah, you're magical girl. Magical.
Yeah. So this is my final magical girl form. Can you see it? No.
Yeah. No. She's doing her magical girl transfer. It's just so good. It's so good that you can't see it. You know,
it's off screen.
She's transforming into her right now. She's like,
oh, is it not?
Oh, look at that! I love the lighting. The lighting is so good.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. So this was a big project, like for me. For sure, like I worked on this like together with a friend to do the character design. And then the debut came with like new overlays, like new background music, new like I guess just a whole new era is what I would call it. And it also came with a song release. So I sang my first like cover of a song, and fortunately it was very well received.
Nice.
On YouTube and stuff. Like people were really like liking it, and it made me very happy, but it also kind of really sucked the soul out of me. So I feel like after that, I don't want to do any other projects right now.
Makes sense. So, you need to have some rest. You know, a big thing happened, and it was successful.
It was
good. So it's good.
It was a lot. It was like June, July, August, September. So it was around like 4 or 5 months of work.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going into it. And so now I want to just kind of rest a little bit. But as for games, I'm very excited about Monster Hunter Wilds coming out.
Me too. Oh my god, that's gonna be dope. That'd be so cool.
I hope my PC can handle streaming it. If not, that's just gonna be an offline game, which is also fine.
It's fine. It'd be fun. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to see. I'll love to see it. Well,
yeah,
hey,
for sure.
That's so cool that you actually had this really fun like project that you're able to get like a nice like good like praise for it, and you have some things to look forward to, some games. I'd love to see what happens next. I'd love to see what happens next, because again,
thank you.
There'll definitely be more. The game is wild, right? The game's cool. It'd be so wild.
It looks so good.
I'm
so excited.
Yeah, I saw his pun there. The game is wild. It's called Monster Hunter World.
Yeah. I just ignored that part.
just no Papa. Just no when he does his cheesy jokes. But no, I agree. That game looks freaking sick. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm probably gonna be dedicating a lot of hours to it. His face, like, I can't call that. But no, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. And your project looks great. And I actually love that you're actually showing off your model right now, because we'll probably get into that very soon. Don't ignore it. I didn't ignore it. I done. Oh, I say she ignored it. She ignores it.
I did.
She's
it's
like,
okay.
She goes above her head. At least say it's bad.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll say it later. You'll have to stick around and find out.
Oh, see that? Oh snap! You know how to like tease your audience. Oh, you want me to?
Try.
Maybe
I'll make a comment on it later.
Oh, guys, see that? Snap. Cool, awesome. Well, hey, next question for you, and that's a little bit more about your nice name. He's looking for it. Let's talk about your community a little bit. Do you have any game nights you host with your community, or do you do anything like special with them?
I used to do a lot more. I feel really bad that I don't anymore. But there is one thing. We used to do like movie nights and stuff that was short-lived. Sometimes we would also do games. I do play some games on stream. Last stream we did Mario Kart, for example. So that is one of them. But one cool thing that I do with my community is on our community Discord, we have a monthly art challenge. So each month, at the start of the month, the mods and I come up with like a theme, and we come up with a theme. For example, redesign Hatsune Miku, right? Like give Miku a new outfit. And during the month they do it, and if I have the time I join in on it and I participate in it as well. And then the next month we gather like all the entries, and I pick a bunch of them, and I create a sort of like a game show where I invite a guest to look through the entries with me and kind of play it on a little game show. It's funny that you mentioned Alfarad. Earlier this stream, he was my first guest.
Alfred was
the
on your
community arts.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm lucky to be friends with Jacob, so it was really cool that they were, accepting of like participating in that, because I've never done anything like that before, but they were on board, so it was really cool. So that was like the first one, and then it made a very cool YouTube video, and since then I've just been like making YouTube videos out of the showcases I make of my community's art, so people start like participating to like make it a community thing, but also to like appear on the video, that kind of thing. So it's very fun. Every month I have like a different guest, and overall it's just a good time. It's been really cool. So I think that's something that's quite unique to my community. While like a bunch of artist communities do community art showcases and challenges and stuff, but the whole like idea of bringing a guest and turning it into a YouTube video, I think is quite unique to my community, and I'm very proud of that.
That's so cool. I love that not only is a creative thing that you and your community can create for it, but also this is a very clever way to create content for your channel and to bring other content creators onto your show and have them interact with other people too. So it's really cool.
I love collabing, and I never had an excuse to do it, but now I do, and I got to invite so many people. Some people I became friends with thanks to that collab.
Ooh,
for
nice.
sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I always love to see that. I agree with you on collabing. Doing this interview personally, I met some of the most awesomest people. Some of them were my long-lasting friends. So I definitely agree that just having the excuse of collabing with other people, so worth it. So much fun. So great.
Yeah.
I met some really awesome people. So I like to hear that. I like that. Well, do you normally only ask people to come on your little show, your game show, who are also artists?
No, not at all. Not at all. I kind of try to bring people who are kind of related to the theme. So for example, for Hatsune Miku, I brought Jacob Alfarad, because they're very into Miku. I also tried to get Jaden, but she was busy at the time. I think she was on the Mr. Beast thing.
Oh yeah, she was busy winning. She was busy winning.
Yeah, she was. So I tried to get both of them, but she couldn't make it, so I just brought Jacob. Another one I did like what's your dream job? That was the theme of the challenge. So I had people like draw a little illustration of their dream job and a little description, and I thought, what if I bring another professional VTuber to the thing? So I brought Cregioli from Hololive.
Oh snap! That's so cool! Wow.
So it was like, yeah, these two VTubers are like roasting you about your job choices, because we have very real, tangible jobs, don't we? So I always kind of try to bring someone who is somewhat like related to the thing we're doing, directly or indirectly, right? So that's kind of how it is. But no, not always artists. Have I had any artists yet? Oh, I did. I had my character designer for the last one. Yeah.
Nice.
I have brought some artists, but I do try to keep it like in theme, in the theme of the showcase, I guess, or of the challenge.
Well, that's so
It's
cool.
hard to come up with guests sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, who should I try to invite for this?
Well, hey, if you ever need another guest who's just a random weeb who interviews VTubers on the internet,
Sounds good. I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah.
I'll keep it in mind. I wonder what theme I could bring you for. I'll think about it.
If you do,
For real.
I would be honored. I'd be so honored. Just because I love being on other people's shows. Like whenever I get invited, 'cause I always reach out to all these people to get these kind of interviews set up for a lot of people throughout my years of doing this. But man, if I get invited to anything, it's like so much fun for me. I'm like, oh, I love you on the show. It's
I'm
so
always
cool.
giddy when people
Me
reach
too.
out.
I can get it too. I got invited to a interview talk show called it's like Smash Talk. I don't know if you know this VTuber, but his name is like Obnoxious. He's actually a really cool guy. Actually, you might actually like it to go on his show because all he does is that he plays Super Smash Brothers with you while asking you interview questions.
Oh, I've participated in something like that a long time ago.
Oh,
it's
well,
cool that more people are doing it. That's awesome.
I might invite you to him if you would like to see his kind of avenue and see how it is because he's really cool. He's really cool. I'll definitely introduce you to him because you, as a Smash Pro MLG challenger level,
The Europe North America connection is gonna be juicy.
It'd be so juicy, so juicy. But no, it'd just be fun to do. No, don't
Yeah,
roast
for sure.
me. Don't roast me. We don't have a roast challenge. We don't have like a roast me challenge. I only
Maybe
have.
a little bit.
Oh, no! Don't listen. Don't listen to chat. Don't listen to chat. No. I wonder who we're talking about. Let me think really hard. Roast challenge. Hi, Pickle. Hey, that's one of the Pickle VTubers I interviewed.
Pickle VTubers, let's go.
Yes, she's great.
Crunchy too.
She's just crunchy. She's just really nice. She's very spicy and sweet at the same time. Great. Look, if you invite him to anything, make sure it's a roast. Ouch. I see how it is. I'm not Pickle. We're not talking about you, my sneaky friend. Sal's really great. He's my mod. He's actually my only mod because he's
We love mods.
We love mods. He's amazing. He's a great, awesome person. I always make fun of him as a snaky snake, but he's a great person. But we're talking about Crunchy Pickle. Sal, just because you're green doesn't mean we're calling you a pickle, okay? You know, I call you a salamander most of the time, but we're not calling you the pickle. Calling the pickle the pickle. I think that.
Yeah, pickle is the pickle, salamander is the salamander. See?
Exactly. See, even she calls you a salamander. It's perfect. It's perfect. I've been accused of being a pickle so dang much. Oh, okay, so that's how.
Oh man.
So what happens when you're green? Like I bet she gets a compliment as orange all the time, right?
No.
What? Well.
That's never happened. No.
Oh well.
That's awkward.
You do
But you
have some
shouldn't assume
orange.
these kinds of things
you
about
do,
people.
You do have some orange tendencies.
That's a little problematic of you to do. You know, you're being a little problematic. Just
What?
assuming stuff about people like that.
Nah. I just assumed that.
I'm writing my tweet longer right
No,
now.
no!
I'm about to write my
No!
tweet longer right now.
No!
And it's on the way. It's on the way.
No! Canceled. I'm gonna cancel. No! Watch, freaking like. All friends gonna go out there is like, man, this guy's a loser. Like, no, my career is over. No. So what happens when I call a VTuber orange? That's what I get. That's what I get.
I'm clearly pink coded.
Clearly, she's a peach color. Obviously. We don't see color like you, Trick. Oh, I see. It looks pretty. I love her model. Yes, she has a beautiful model, right?
Pickle, thank you.
Actually, that's a great transition because let's actually get into your model and your design for it. Because you actually just got this lovely Magical Girl model. What's the thoughts and the design? Oh, that was the thoughts of the design, the guy into your model.
So, so I guess I'll start with this one, right? So this is called Cyber Cupid Marikun. So this was a collaborative, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Got it.
Collaborative effort between me and a childhood friend, Kira, who is also a professional artist.
Ooh.
And he works as an art director for his own like indie game company. And I've always really admired his work, and we kind of grew together as artists, back when we were kids. And he has this really cool like retro anime style that I really dig. So his stuff is more early 90s or I guess mid 90s anime, and mine is more like early 2000s inspired. So we agree on a lot of design choices. We like the same things a lot, and I just really wanted him to be like, I guess, the father of this, like,
the father
of this design. So I wanted like an awakened version of like a magical girl. I don't know if you're like super familiar with magical girl media, but usually there's like, you know, the regular girl who has this like super crazy transformation, turns into a magical girl, and then later down the line she gets like the awakened, I guess, version of herself. So it's more like, usually more like white, more light themed, you know, like more,
More
I guess,
angelic,
grand.
angelic.
Yeah, in
Okay,
my
okay.
case it is a little more angelic. um but I've always been like super, you know, I grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I've always just been kind of drawn to themes of nostalgia a lot on my like art and on my like themes as well. So I just kind of wanted to get a more like Y2K-ish design for my awakened model. So that was
Mhm.
kind of it. So that was the thought process, just based on my childhood magical girl anime, while keeping it a little, I guess, modern and with a touch of like tech, hence like the cyber cupid.
So you
So
keep
that
it
was
kind
the
of.
thought process behind this one.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see it. It has the like card captor Sailor Moon feels
Yeah,
to it, so I do like that a lot.
yeah. Character
Yeah.
Yui earlier, Precure, yeah, for sure. I could give you a bunch of different like shows to
Inspirations,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
as someone who used to watch anime a long time ago, like I've watched anime throughout my entire. Like I grew up, with anime.
Mm,
Like that's my jam, you know. But I will
yeah,
definitely
hell
say
yeah.
that like I do know the awakening kind of side days, because you know. But when you
Hmm.
used to watch, you know, back in the day of Dragon Ball Z stuff, you also would watch Sailor
Yeah.
Moon, because it would appear
Hmm.
around the same time. And I do
Yeah.
remember like seeing like the schoolgirl of the magic girl, there's the magic girl standard, and then there's the like angelic god mode kind of
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
transformation, you know. And I remember Sailor Moon had this
Yeah.
like a wedding dress looking one, so that's why I thought it was
Hmm.
really cool. Um,
For sure.
if you would like to, you can actually mark your character right in the middle of this alleyway right here in the stage, so we can see your full body.
Oh yeah. For sure. Give me just a second.
And yes, Crunchy, I called you
Oh,
blue. I'm
oh no.
sorry. You do
Oh.
need to brush your teeth. Brush your teeth.
Whoa, that's kind of rude.
Oh, what do you mean? She's blue. She's a beautiful blue lady. She's very good.
Wait, hold up. Can we see me? Can we see me?
Oh,
Am
I like your little pants. Oh no,
Thank
your little leggings is what I
a
meant to say.
little leg warmers,
Little
yeah.
leg
So
warmers, love it.
this is my model. I can also play video games, and I
Horse
can
that.
also do some art with it.
Oh, I love it, love it.
Yeah, this is my fit. It's the cyber
Look at
cupid.
the shoes. Look at the shoes. That's the doll.
I
I
think
like
my
it. I
favorite
like it.
part is really the wings on the shoulders, like not on the
Mm.
shoulders, but on the arms. I really like the gloves. Like it's
Mm.
just a really cute like,
Yeah, the little like
and
the little wings on the
yeah.
glove parts. I like that. Okay, that's
Hmm.
cool. That's cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part, and I've been meaning to say this for a while, and it's like a really small attention to detail. But like I mentioned this to some people before, but I love the shadow effects on like the necks and the side of the face. Your
Thank you.
shadow, yeah, your shadows is colored.
Have you noticed? Have you noticed that my shadows on the side of the face on this model are like white?
Yeah, I like
Because you were mentioning it before. Yeah, they're
yeah.
white here because it's you know it's the ultimate version, right?
Ultimate form. It kind of looks like there's a
Yeah.
light shining like to
Mm.
illuminate you, you know. And that's what I really
Yeah.
like about it. Like right off the bat, I was like, wow, this is very bright, very like energetic kind of feel to it, and that's what I really love about
Thank
it.
you.
You know, because when
Let
I
me go back to the other one.
she's gone.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Her
I'll be
power
back,
level,
though.
her power level is a time limit. You know, it's just like Sonic. You know, like you
Yeah.
can't be massive power level for too long. You know, she has a cooldown. She has a cooldown. She can't
That
be-
is true. That is actually canon. Yeah.
You know, she knows exactly. She doesn't know about the couch, does she? She does not know about the couch.
No, I don't. I like standing. I like being close to the microphone.
Yeah. You might not want to sit on the couch. So let's just say there's been a lot of VTubers on that couch. On the VTuber couch.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's okay.
it's a fine couch. It's a fine couch. Just
Mm.
fine couch. But no, going back to what I was saying before, is that when you look at the shadows of your face and stuff like that, it's actually colored. It's not just like a gray dark shadow. There's actually some like pink to it, which adds to your design, which I think is so cool. I like that
Thank
attention to
you.
detail to it. Like I'm so fascinated by like different designs for VTubers as I interview so many different VTubers that when I find ones with interesting designs, I'm like, oh, let's talk about it. It's really cool. Especially when I saw your art and your design, I was like, that's why I wanted to get you on my show, because I just love to gush about just the cool attention to details. Of course, it was so nice.
Thank
So
you.
nice. Cool.
And then I guess my regular model is just a regular girl, because that was the point, to be approachable, relatable, and not too complex. Because I got a lot of kiddos watching me on as well on YouTube, and I didn't want my design to be like overly complicated to draw.
Yep, that's another thing I was going to mention, is that your brand is very important for an artist, and as someone who wants to like publish your art into the world, you want it to be easy to draw so that people can also make art of that. I like that idea, because there's a lot of people who have very complex art for their model, which is very difficult for people to recreate. That's why there's the whole simplicity of when it comes to some people's like brand, when it comes to their like design, so that keeping it simple is really nice. But also, do you ever consider the silhouette like test, you know, where you like put yourself in a silhouette and people can do it? Do you ever consider that when you were coming up with a design?
Always, yeah, for sure. Especially with the Cyber Cupid. I don't know if you've noticed, but like the hair tuft on my head, like it becomes wing shaped. That was like a really important like decision, and it's I think it was a genius move by Kita, the character designer, to kind of change the hair tuft or like ponytail thing into like a wing, because it really created a really interesting silhouette, I feel. And but yeah, for when you have long hair, especially, like it's difficult to have an interesting silhouette because most of the silhouette is hair.
Your hair, yeah.
Right? So it's similar for most people. So I kind of try to, you know, give it a little flair as well, with like the little ponytail and like, I guess the kind of Princess Peach like spikes on my hair and that kind of stuff.
I like it. So tell me, we saw the inspiration of your magical girl outfits. What was this model's inspired by? Was it just the stereotypical like 80s kind of like anime girl, magical girl kind of style of things? Any kind of anime do you like to reference?
I guess my art style is very inspired by this magical girl show from 1999 called Ojamajo Doremi. I think it was called Magical Doremi in America. I'm not sure. In Portuguese, it was just Doremi. So my style is very inspired by that one, together with like Puyo Puyo, you know, and some other like, I guess, gaming franchises as well. For the design, I just wanted a regular like girl, you know. I thought jeans could be like, you know, even though I usually prefer to draw characters in skirts, I thought the jeans would be a little more like relatable. Also not something you see very often in like VTubers, and that was basically it. I thought it was a fun silhouette with like the little hair tufts, and that was basically it. There was not a lot of thought behind this one, I'll be honest.
Which is nothing wrong with that. It's just really interesting to see that something that like didn't have that much say on it end up being like your main brand. Because when you look at your profiles, your portfolios, she's all over the place in a lot of different styles. Like, I even saw like a little mini Sonic reference over it. I thought that was cool. So it's just kind of cool to see something that is very simple, something you like, something you enjoy, end up being this huge, big brand for you. And I think it's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, I wanted it to be simple so that it can be like chibi-fied as well. You mean this one, right? Oh, you can't see it. Oh man, this collaboration thing. Oh wait.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah. I was like, oh no. But no, I love it. Yeah, that's why I thought that was really cool, because I remember I was looking through your stuff, and I just love that you stick with your brand of your character and the design of your character and make a whole bunch of different things from it. So
thank you.
Yeah, it's really smart. Very smart. You're a very smart cookie. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
Calculated.
Businesswoman. Businesswoman. 100%. She knows exactly what she's been doing. None of this was ever like, not that she didn't know, right? You knew all this. Yeah. You knew this was all going to happen.
All planned, all prepared.
Yep. She knew that on this day that some random guy with Game Grumps hat will definitely reach out to you and ask you to come on the show.
Yeah.
If she cold and calculated. Definitely.
That's me.
Look at her. She's so cold and calculated. Look at her face. Yay.
Wait,
Yeah, there you go.
I
There
can
you
be
go.
intimidating.
Yeah,
I can
look
be
at
intimidating.
the intimidating face. Look, you don't want to mess with her. She looks like she can punch a pillow so hard and some
Yeah.
fluff will come out. Some fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to mess
No
with her.
fluff. Blood.
Oh,
And
oh.
guts everywhere.
Oh, that poor pillow. Poor pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you actually
Can I
have?
mix these?
Oh, do it. Do all the mixes.
Yeah, that looks good. Sorry.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. Now it's like business lady. Do you have any toggles or expressions you'd like to show off before we get to the next question?
I've got my serious one, which I think looks kind of funny because it shows a lot of teeth. I didn't mean for that to happen, but I rarely use this one because I
Super
just think
Saiyan.
it looks. Yeah, I don't want to like be too weird. I've got my crying one.
Wow,
which I use
that's
sometimes.
a lot. Oh.
Yeah.
I blame Pop. I blame you. I blame Papa has made you use that one a lot.
I've got my angry one, which you've already seen. Though I feel like my regular like VTuber, like without any toggles, I think can be like really expressive as well. You know, like my eyebrows are pretty like expressive on their own. I've got my smug one. You know, like just the half closed eyes, and I can do like a little cat mouth.
I love it. That's adorable.
I've got the sparkly eyes as well. If I'm really excited about something, that can also, sometimes I get like nervous or like scared, and I can't even. Sometimes I can't even like mix and match them. Like if I'm really scared, please don't play this horror game. Please don't make me play this. And finally, the little blushy, I think, sometimes it does happen. Sometimes I mix them, like, if I'm, thank you for the 1,000 gifted subs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's basically all I have for this, for this model. I've got my art arm, that follows my pen, on, like, the mouse cursor, and I've got my gaming one, which, I made the animation myself.
Nice.
So that's it. Other than that, I've got some cool ones, but I don't think they probably work here. I've got like a low tier god.
Low tier god.
Yeah, I've got a low tier god like set up where I just go to like a background full of thunder, and my eyes glow like the low tier god meme. I can send it. I have an emote out of it.
Let's see.
I think it's called Band, yeah. So it does like this effect, but like
Oh.
on my actual VTuber model.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
And then there's some other stuff, like my viewers can put me in the box of shame.
Not
where,
the box
like,
of
I get
shame.
a box all around me, and my voice gets muffled as well. Which is cool. And
that's
what else?
clever.
My
That's
wig.
Your wig? You wear
yeah,
a wig?
I try. I don't, but for that specific point redeem, I do. Like we pretend I do.
We pretend you do. We pretend you don't have hair. We pretend. Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Now, with all that said, what is your most favorite part about your own design? I know, as an artist who's drawn so many of your characters so many times, it's kind of hard to pick a favorite.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's the recognizability of it, because as long as it has like the little hair tuft on the left side and the heart-shaped pin, it's Mari, right? Like if you can draw just a circle and add like a heart on the corner and a little like hair tuft coming out of it, and it will read as Mari, and I think that's what I'm the proudest of. Like it's that I could find like this iconography, I guess, associated to it. Yeah, I would say that's my favorite part about my design. My magical girl one, I like the wings on the gloves, like I mentioned.
I love that too. That's really cool. And I like how recognizable you are. Very nice. That emote speaks volumes. So much.
Thank you. I love that emote. And I can make that like an actual like.
That's so cool. I love it. Also, thank you for giving her a shout out. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. Next question. And then this is, I don't know if, like, meanwhile, with your little clown emote.
I like the clown emote.
The clown emote's good.
I kind of want a clown emote as well.
You should.
But I'm afraid people will just send it to each other, like to call each other clown.
People will use emotes for all the fun things. Not the best things, but the best things. right, well, next question for you. Next question, and this is gonna. I don't know if you have one, but if you do, you can just spin it up right here. But do you have a lore backstory for your character?
Mm. Yeah, yes, I kind of tried to mix my VTuber lore with the fact that I'm streaming. So, for instance, there's nothing wrong with this, but sometimes VTubers do they have like this crazy lore. Like, for example, I am an undead zombie who came back to life after being isekai'd from Ohio and come out of a toilet. And then I became the king of hell, and now I stream. You know, like
Yep, it doesn't
feels
really
like
match.
the lore is very disconnected from to the fact that they stream, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's very fun that you can do. But when I was writing mine, I kind of wanted to sort of mix it up, so mix it in together, I guess. So on my trailer on Twitch and everywhere, I have a little comic that I made. So basically, long story short, I used to be a magical girl back when I was in high school. I was a magical girl. I worked part-time on that. I saved the world plenty of times. But then when I got to college, I lost my confidence. My confidence was lost, and my little pet thing, calamari, my little companion, thought that in order to give me my confidence back, I would need online validation. So she made me become a VTuber and stream and make content so that, people's support from all around the world could give me my confidence back. And well, it worked, because now I have CyberCupid Money, who is kind of like the embodiment of all the support that people have given me. So that was kind of the lore. And as CyberCupid Money, I can get inside people's screens and all that stuff. So wait, not in a weird way, but imagine I'm in Portugal, right? So imagine there's a big monster running rampant, doing a rampage in Australia. I can't get there anytime soon, right? The planes will take hours. But if I use the cyberspace, I can just, go inside, get inside my computer and get out of someone else's computer in Australia and defeat the monster and come back in the same day. So that's kind of so that's my power as CyberCupid. The catch is that the person has to be watching my content for it to work. So I just kind of want to stream as much as possible so that people from all over the world can have my content on, so that I can move quickly from place to place.
Oh, that's so
why
clever.
I need people to watch my content.
I see it. If you do not watch me, I cannot save you in your town. You gotta watch me.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation,
No, I love it. That's so good. It's so
please
good.
don't get scared if I come out of your phone when you're watching shorts at 3 a.m.
Yeah, on the toilet, it's like ah.
Yeah, it has happened before. People get really scared.
Yeah, I imagine so. Usually when we watch anime girls on our phones, we don't expect them to come out of the phone.
Yeah, but if they had watched the lore, they would know. They would expect it.
True. You know what? They have expected. I can see you come out on a short. It's like. Oh shoot! That was bad timing. But no, that's actually why you're here right now, right? The reason why you're on the show is because you're able to transport onto the screen I have on.
Yeah, everyone watching the stream is now a potential victim. No hard feelings.
Wait, you said victim?
No, I said a potential portal.
Portal, yeah. Not victim.
No, not at all.
Not victim. Okay. So I was wondering, because you said you're a magical girl here to save the world.
Yeah.
Not the villain, right? Because that would be a very. I will say this. That'd be a very scary power if you used it for.
No. I'll never use it for evil. No. Let me send you a little image of a situation that has happened before. There you go.
Oh, he's popped out while he's in his bed. And the cat's like, ah! Actually, that looks like my cat too. It kind of looks like my cat. Yeah, this actually would have happened. Hi, I'm here. That's adorable. That's adorable. I love that. That's so good. Also, really quick, I do have Papa who wants to do the spin.
Yeah, spin the wheel. Yeah,
do the spin.
Let's do it.
And Pasta Poetic, I love to see you. We'll definitely read your message in a second, okay? He does customized shoutouts, so I'll have him we'll read his in 1 second. First,
wait, that's cool.
Right? He does some really good ones, so we'll definitely get into it in 1 second. I do want to get the spin though. want to get the spin. So let's get the spin. I do like your magic powers. Very clever. Very cool. I love how it connects to your streaming. But it's also a little scary, so I'll have to watch out for that. I'll have to watch out. It's more powerful than I thought you were. Alright, this actually relates to you pretty well. Favorite anime of all time?
I would say probably Puella Magi Madoka Magica.
Okay.
Because not only is a very clever like deconstruction of the magical girl genre, which I love, it's my favorite thing in the world. But it also is just so visually interesting. I feel like Inukari was the perfect art director for that, and Shaft was the perfect perfect studio for it. I think they just made something so creative and so unique. You can tell there it's very reminiscent of like Russian animation, and there's just so much into it that if you really appreciate animation, you can enjoy. To me, it's just like back when it came out in 2011, it just completely changed the way I saw anime. I was like, oh wait, anime can be this as well. Like it really made an impact on me, and I just think it's a great story, great characters, great voice acting, great visuals. It's just a great anime.
Yeah, it's a great anime. I love it. I can definitely see that. I can do it. That's so cool. That's cool. I don't get like that kind of anime. Like a lot more the old school stuff. I usually get like the newer school stuff. Like My Hero, JJK.
Oh God, calling Madoka old school makes me feel so old.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm calling you.
I had was One Piece,
which is also good. It's also good. No, all I'm saying is that I know that anime, so it shows how old I am. But I'm saying we're probably around the same age, to be honest. But I will definitely say that like it is really nice to see different kinds of avenues of anime being recommended for a lot of people to watch on my show, because most of the people who like to watch my show are usually more mainstream, very familiar, modern kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool to see the different avenues. I'm not calling you old.
I see.
Don't want you to jump out of my.
Madoka is definitely mainstream.
Definitely
it became mainstream for a reason, because it's really, really good.
Agree.
You should watch it.
You guys should watch it. I'm trying to stay on a good side because I literally have her on 3 different like screens right now. So she can literally punch me 3 different ways if I do so.
I will not surprise anyone tonight.
No, it's already good. Cool. Okay, she's relaxing.
Another wheel.
We do have another wheel. We'll definitely do it. But first, Pasta says, not a shout out of this. From the world of 2D shall the 3D queen appear, from her artistic manga art to her cutesy soft frolicking. Yes, frolicking. Lines. Soft is her personality and gentle is her heart. Yet her color defines her sweetness traits. She shall pave the way of her artistic beauty over such a soft touch of her lines, speaking her sweetness passions to find this ever compassionate artist from her sweet canvas at this.
Oh, that's so sweet! What the heck?
I know, right? Pasta always comes in and does like personalized
really
stuff.
Sweet, thank you, Pasta.
Aw, the link doesn't work. Oh, wait, doesn't it? Let me see.
It should work.
Yeah, let me see.
I was so scared of like opening the link and having like a Rickroll pop.
He would do that. Tell you. You would actually do that. 100%. I feel like you would.
Works.
It does work. Yeah, no, it's really good. It's really nice. The second one. The second one? I don't know. First one. Anyway, yeah, no, I love it so much. Good job, Pasta. Good job. Thank you. Very sweet face.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then Pasta also did another spin, so let's get another spin in, shall we?
Let's do it.
I would not Rickroll. I know, Pasta. I know. I'm sorry. Watch it. Alright, I like this one. This is actually one of my favorite ones. Do you have a favorite joke?
I don't think so.
Oh, like a dad joke or something like that? Like a pun? Do you consider yourself punny?
Not really. My community is called the Calamaris. I'm Mari, they're Calamari's little squids. But I think that's the extent of my punnylicious personality. I don't. Do I have a favorite joke?
Have you fallen for a joke recently that you can remember?
Oh God, I feel like the most boring person alive right now.
That's okay. It's okay. How about this? I'm gonna give you my favorite joke, and maybe that will
Okay.
spark what you think. I'm the joke. No, never. No, you go.
Yes, my community is edible indeed.
Yeah, very
Deep
edible.
fried, they're very good.
They're very
You
good.
didn't
Deep
hear
fried.
this from me.
Oh, guys, whoa, deep fried. I am a little hungry, so maybe, just maybe. So my favorite joke is, have you heard of what happened to the circus fire?
I have not.
It was intense. Love it so much. It's so great.
I have one? Neff, do I have a favorite joke?
Neff,
would
do you
know
have a
this.
joke? Neff.
I
You have
don't
a
think I
joke.
have a favorite.
Neff, give us your favorite joke. From your community, you have to represent. Oh, I guess Pasta's gonna eat your community, by the way. So
That's
watch out for
okay.
that. Okay,
No,
cool.
that's fine.
Alright,
They
cool.
grow back.
Oh, they grow back
You
now.
don't think Mari has a favorite? I don't think so either. If I think of something during the stream, I will tell you.
Definitely, I want to hear it. Definitely. Awesome. Cool. All right, sweet. Now, next question we have is a little spicy. Silly, but we love bald Mari. Oh, love the bald
Hi,
Mari.
Nickel.
Hi, Nickel.
Yeah. Yeah, Bald Mari is a classic.
It's a classic. It's good. Do you have an emote as a bald Mari?
Not yet, but chat is trying. The Calamaris are trying to push for that. But I keep telling them it's not a democracy.
It's not a democracy. Only I choose it. You put the ball out. Want to know why? No, Pasta. We don't talk about the Pokeballs.
Why does Trickco live in a Pokeball?
No. We don't need to get into that question. Yeah, nah. We don't need.
No,
No.
not even a little bit.
Well, okay. So you know my name is Tricko, right?
Yeah.
So I've had so many people in the past thought that my name derives from Trico, the Pokemon. But it's not. It's based off of Shaco, the League of Legends character. When I first started, I was a League of Legends fan. It was Shaco. But ever since that one random chatter called me Trico, the Pokemon, my community thinks I'm a Pokemon now. They're trying to make me use Vine Whip and Razor Leaf and try to throw Pokeballs at me. Not a Pokemon. I remember doing I was Anime Expo this year and I was streaming it, and my chat went ham on my chat because they saw a Treacle plushie and I had to buy it.
They made you buy it.
Made me buy it, so I had to buy it.
My community made me buy a Patrat plushie.
So you know the feels.
I do. I didn't tell you, but the bad guys in my story, in my lore, are the Patrol Ratas, also known as the Patrats.
Patrats.
It goes way deeper. It goes really deep.
Well, I might be defending myself off with all the Pokeballs. I get my own VTuber mobs. They're gonna try and catch him. But I have to tell them, only Master Balls can catch me. Come on, only Master
fancy.
Balls. Well, yeah,
Okay.
at least.
Okay, high maintenance, huh?
Right? Yeah. If I would be caught, it had to be at least a Master Ball.
That's fair.
Exactly. Yo, DR song. I don't remember what song it was, but yes, it probably was DR song. It was best. At least.
Oh, I like Box 15. That's my favorite DR song.
Ooh, that's a good song. Awesome. Well, here, let's get into the spicy question, and Papa has a spin, so we'll get into that. We'll get into it. But first,
Spicy question.
Ready for the spicy question? Are you ready for it?
Sure. Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the VTuber community at the moment?
I think I've said it before that I think it's great that they don't gatekeep, and it's a very open community in that sense. On the other hand, everything has its negatives, right? And there's a lot of drama in the VTuber community. And the more I think of it, I think I saw a VTuber talk about it. I think it was Merryweather, but I might be wrong. But Merryweather said something that made me kind of recontextualize it a little bit, and it made sense to me. He said that the VTuber community is still such a young, a small, not small, but a young, right? Community in the sense that it hasn't been here for a long time. It's a new community, right? Not young, but new. And because it's so new, there's a lot that needs maturing to do. you know, because it's not a very established it's not a very established industry yet. It's a very new industry, it's a very new community, and a lot of the time right now I think it hasn't had the time to grow and develop yet. And I think that comes with its, you know, own challenges, and a lot of those challenges are, you know, people just like trying to get into it, trying it out, and a lot of people you know, a lot of people who just, you know, are not professional, or, you know, because they just haven't had the time to mature it, right, um and to really understand like the culture and how the industry works, you know, get into it. And I feel like that's sometimes where the drama comes from, because I feel like a lot of the drama just comes from people taking things either too personally, because they don't see this really as a job or activity, they see it as a part of their identity, which is totally fair. And I think it comes from the fact that it's such a new thing. It's just very personal to a lot of us. And I think that is the reason why there is so much drama. I think that in 5 to 10 years, the community is going to be completely different. But I do hope that, you know, the creativity from the people and the lack of gatekeeping and I guess this enthusiasm for sharing it with others and making it a little more mainstream and stuff, I sure hope that never changes, you know, and it stays. So that's mostly what I think.
You know, I agree with that. I like that. Like, that's a good way to think about it too. As someone who's like, I do see VTubing as a very mainstream of like entertainment, and as someone who's in the middle of it, who's like so like engrossed with it, it kind of hard for me to see how small it is, you know. Because to me, I'm like, oh yeah, no, like that's massive, you know, it's really big. Everyone's talking about it, obviously, but if you actually think about it, there's a lot that no one really have seen, you know. Like I remember when like Iron Mouse became one of the top streamers out there, people were surprised to see that it was an anime girl as a VTuber, you know, and that made me
still think it's a robot.
Yeah, still sees a robot, so it's kind of just weird to see that is just a thing. Try again, Pasta. But it's just interesting to see that like it's still pretty new to a lot of people. And so it does make sense that Mayweather was saying this is a very new community that still needs to grow and like mature. Because as someone like someone who's in the middle of it, I'm like, what do you mean? It's so big, it's so massive. What are you talking about? But yeah, no, he's 100.
It's really niche as well, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like Iron Mouse might be like a huge like streamer, but I don't even think she has 2 million followers on Twitch.
No, I don't think so.
She might, but you know, it's like 2 million followers compared with like Kai Cenat, who has, I don't know, like 10 million, 20 million, I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
just like really small. And on YouTube as well, she has like 1 million on YouTube, which, you know, is an insanely big number, but compared with like, you know, more established, I guess, quote unquote, more mainstream like content creators, she's not mainstream at all in a sense. So I think the community still has a lot to grow, and not just the community, the industry in general, because right now you have basically Hololive on as like the lead of it, and it's still very intertwined with idol culture and all that stuff. Yeah, 2.2 million, so there we go. So even then, compared with like, I don't know, Amaranth, Kai Cenat, you know, like these huge creators, it's not a lot.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting. Like, what do you think is the future of VTubing and the community of VTubing? Because what do they need to grow on? Like, what do you think that they need to do to establish themselves as a little bit more bigger? Now, I don't think they really. I like the way they are. Like, there's a lot of drama that goes into it, and there's definitely a lot of maturity going forward. But it's still like I like that it's not like super big, super massive kind of stuff like that, because that will have its own toxicity when it comes to it. But what do you think is the next step for the VTuber community?
I think the next step is just like more people becoming VTubers, more people realizing what VTubers are, and suddenly it will become like no different from camera streaming, you know? Like, because right now it's like this weird thing. VTubers sometimes might even feel the need to play a character a little bit because they are like an anime character. I feel like the tendency is going to be for it to be more normalized and less weird. because I feel like there's a lot of expectations that go into VTubers right now because of, exactly the expectations put by companies like Hololive or by, just anime culture in general. So like you see a VTuber, you expect her to have a more like higher pitched and squeakier voice, for example, or you expect like a guy VTuber to have like this deep voice and mommy daddy kind of like appeal, because those are the popular ones, right? But as time will pass, more people will become VTubers, more different people will become mainstream VTubers, and I think it's just going to become established as like this thing, that just like camera streaming is. I think that's kind of like I think that's kind of the way it's gonna go. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I just think it's gonna be more normalized. And in 5 to 10 years, I think people are just gonna like, we're gonna have this like Who Framed Roger Rabbit ass like stream, and this is gonna be the norm, because in groups of people are gonna stream as VTubers, or they're gonna stream as camera streamers. It's gonna stop being like a fad and like this novelty.
This is
right?
a normal thing, Kane. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I really hope it becomes that normality kind of style of things, And like, I kind of think of like, have you ever seen the anime Summer Wars?
Yes, the movie, right?
Yeah, the movie. I love that movie. So good.
It was really good.
I love the idea of like you going into the digital world as an avatar, and that avatar represents you. I'm kind of hoping that it'll get to that part where you have that avatar that represents you in a virtual space, and that's where like the streaming comes in. Become more normality, but like they don't recognize it as a VTuber avatar, they just recognize it as you. So that's why I kind of hoping that it will get to that point where we don't even just consider that, oh wow, that person's playing as an anime character. We just like, oh, that's Mary.
Oh, that's just Iron Mouse. Yeah, for sure. I like that a lot.
So
I hope it happens as well.
Hopefully it happens. We'll see. But yeah, and is any more talk about the VTube community you want to sum up with?
I think that's it. I think overall it's positive, and
I agree.
Every drama is petty drama. Like, most of the time I think all of the negatives are like, sometimes when you see a lot of the negatives, things appear bigger than they are. And at the end of the day, I think we have good role models in the community. We have no gatekeeping. I think it's positive, and it's just gonna, once it matures, it's gonna be like even more positive. I think I have good hopes.
I have good hopes too. I think this is gonna keep growing. I think it's gonna keep growing. And like, yeah, a lot of the drama sound is very petty and small. And I think with a lot of the conversations I've had with other VTubers, they all kind of see it as like high school drama. And I think that really like goes into what you and Mayweather was saying, that there's very maturity in the growth. We're in the high school stage of VTubing right now, where there's a lot of high school dramas going on that really doesn't need to keep going. But as we get older, there's going to be a lot more respect that's going to be placed into the VTuber community, I feel like.
Yeah, and people are going to, I think, separate. It's also about separating, not the art from the artist, but like separating the, your content person with like separating that from your real person. Like, if someone says your model looks stupid, like they're not calling you stupid, right?
Yeah. Hopefully not. Well, it kind of depends. If you made the model, then they're like, oh well, your model looks dumb. It's like, hey, stop it.
That's okay.
Stop.
Yeah, just like go watch someone else.
Yeah, if you don't like my model, then just don't watch me. Like, what?
Just listen.
Yeah, just listen.
Just lurk.
Just lurk. Difference between the person and the model. Yes. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep on the good hopes. Let's keep on the good hopes. Let's go for it. Let's go.
Bongo.
Let's all the Momo Gumbos. I love it.
I love the momos. They're so cute.
They're so good. Cool. So we actually have 3 spins for you. Are you ready for the speed 3 spins?
Ooh, yes.
All right, they're rolling. So let's get into the next spin, shall we? And get these rolling. I love it. Let's keep up the positive, good views on VTuber communities. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Let's keep it up. All right. Cool. This might be a one. I kind of think I know what it is, just because of the Hasemiku talk you were just having a little bit ago. But what kind of music do you like to listen to? I want
to see what you think.
I
want to hear your thoughts.
You did talk about you a Hasemiku, like to draw some of those kind of things. So I thought you'd be like a Vocaloid fan, or maybe like a Nightcore fan, or something like that.
Oh, well. I definitely used to be when I was like more of a teenager. I think nowadays not so much. I still, of course, enjoy it. Of course, I still like really respect it, and it's very nostalgic for me. But what I usually listen the most to is more like funky, groovy stuff. So I listen to a lot of Jamiroquai. Let me think. I love this band called Ore-sama. They're Japanese. They do like this neo retro, like neo funk kind of J-pop. It's really, really
Oh.
good.
Send me them. Send me them. I want to listen to them.
Okay, I will,
I like the funk chill kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course. I also like future funk, for example. Like city pop, those things. But mostly, I do like some funk. I love Shaka Khan. I love like the divas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do listen to more funky, groovy stuff. Michael Jackson, Bruno Mars. That's more of my jam. Like more of like the groovy.
Groovy. I love it. I love that you're groovy. That's very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, groovy.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, definitely send me the chill one, the chill Japanese funk one. I love to see that. Go next spin for you guys. Next spin. Yeah, you guys better be writing this down. This is gonna be on your test at the end. It's pop quiz.
Yeah, you guys gotta write it down.
Write it down. Alright, okay, so this is an interesting question. This is a fan-made question. So fans actually added this question on the spinning wheel. Do you consider yourself as indie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. With that said, would you, if you ever been approached by a big company or corporate to join on their side, like Hololive or VShojo, would you join? And how much would you change if you did want to join? Or how much would you allow yourself to be changed to join on?
I think I would only join either VShojo or Hololive. I don't think I would be interested in any other company because, first of all, VShojo lets you keep your IP. So that's important to me. Like I've got
you
the
very much like your brand is like locked in. Well, it makes sense.
So for me, it would make sense to join VShojo, though I don't know if I would like really. I don't know if they would.
I
like,
know
I
you would
actually applied
fit.
to VShojo.
Okay.
I actually applied to VShojo a while
Really?
back. I didn't make it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah. But it is what it is. I could always try again if I wanted to. But if I were to like throw away my IP, not really throw away, but put it on hibernation.
Hibernation. Put your magical girl to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit. I think for a Hololive I would do it. For any other company, I don't think so.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
it
good
have
to know.
Really be like worth it.
Really be your jam.
I watch both indie. I think I watch more corpo than indie VTubers.
Okay.
In general, I'm a big Hololive fan. I like watching the girls and some of the guys as well. I like having my IP, and doing whatever I want. So I love being an indie.
No worries.
But I think all of the cool stuff that you can get as like a corpo VTuber, from collaborations to like brand deals, concerts, just like it just opens a lot of doors for a lot of stuff.
Hey, you're doing a lot of the stuff. You're singing, you're debuting, you make art. You're doing a good job.
Thank you, thank you. But if my content would change, I think it probably would a little bit, because I feel like once you start representing a company, you have to keep a lot of stuff in mind, right? It's not just you. Everything you say and do has a consequence on the company, right? And on the way people view the company. So I think as like a company worker, you kind of just have to be a little more responsible with a lot of the content you put out. Other than that, I don't really see myself changing that much. I think that whole stuff that I talked about would probably stay the same. I would just probably be a little more professional and not talk about Portuguese politics on stream.
You know what? I bet that is going to be something you have to worry about. A little bit have to worry about. just a bit. But I mean, like I said, I can see you definitely be like corpo if it comes down to it. It just depends on how much they'll make you change. Like VShojo wouldn't have you change at all, but like Hololive will probably have you change completely different identity. Oh really? You don't think I don't know
about that, because I feel like a lot of the times when the VShojo girls like debut at VShojo, they usually get like either a new model, the design changes slightly, but they keep their IP, so most of it like stays the same. I don't know, especially nowadays because with like Kenya and Kaison and stuff. But before, Vshoujo used to be a lot more like toilet humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think they had to like mature a little bit more,
You know,
but
it
they
was
still
more,
have that.
yeah, it was a lot of like booba and
Booba.
we're so hot and we make a lot of sex jokes and stuff like that. So I think Vshoujo back then I would probably have to change quite a bit, but nowadays not really. Yeah,
Mm.
nowadays they I think they've really matured as a company, and now they have like a wide like variety of talents. I still haven't seen the new Japanese ones, but I think Vshoujo has become like a super wonderful company as well. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, the core of the person behind the avatar doesn't really change, right?
True.
And
True.
when you spend so many hours with a community and just chatting with them and spending time with them, people will eventually see beneath the mask a little bit. It's impossible to keep a character, 24/7 in my opinion.
True, true. Like I love it, like how like in the very beginning you'll see like a person acting in a certain way, like you were mentioning before that they like hi, oh my god, with a high pitched voice, or a guy going. Roar, roar. But as time went on and they stream a lot more often, their real life comes out and they kind of like
Yeah.
guys, we're just gonna chill and vibe,
Yeah, it's like,
see
oh
the
my
real
god,
life.
I am from hell. I am Satan
Yay!
from hell.
I'm
Oh, actually,
Satan.
I'm from Puerto Rico. Like,
Actually, I'm from Puerto Rico, and I don't want to keep up the standards. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. No, which is good. It's really good. I do like that a lot.
but Pasta also makes a good point about like
Hot take.
creating a new like different account and then keeping your ID like dormant, IP like dormant. It's yeah, and it's never failed.
Yeah,
I
no,
feel.
no, 100.
Especially.
Especially. You were saying especially something.
Oh, especially nowadays that we see a lot of that happening, right? With Toki Bird, Made Mint, Doobie, a lot of these girls coming back to their like quote unquote past lives, and they're killing it.
Yeah, they do really good job.
So,
Like seeing
yeah.
them come back, like after graduation kind of style. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. Nice. Right, one last spin, and then we'll move on to some other questions. There'll be more spins. Don't worry.
Sounds good.
Cool. Alright, so as the person who is as talented as you are, that seem to be able to do anything, do you have an unknown talent that not many people know about?
Unknown. I've definitely done this in chat. I think for this stream is probably unknown. I make a lot of weird noises with my mouth. So I would love to be hired by like, I don't know, a video game developer or like a show or something just to make weird shitty noises. So I love going like don't mess with me in my persona, and that sort of thing.
Whoa.
And like these growls, and I can do a very good predator as well.
Ooh.
With like the
Whoa, that's
like,
scary. Imagine like just
recently
hearing
I
that
learned
from
I can
behind you.
do recently I learned that I can do kind of a okay trumpet. So like it's not bad. And
Yeah,
I
not
learned
bad.
this like last week, and I was like, I could hone this into something more.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I just like going like yeah and making like shitty gremlin ass noises. I love that.
I love it. You
Like,
can
I
do a
think
lot of
I'm quite
voices.
good at it.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I love this.
I love doing the Mario like and those kinds of things. It just I just like making noise. I like hearing noises and trying to like imitate them.
I love it.
VA? No, but I think it is a kind of an unknown talent I have. I just like making up noises.
Hey, that could be a talented revenue to go through next. Maybe become a VA.
Yeah, just hire me to make weird noises for your series.
Let me play as random creatures that I just need voice. I just need voice
just
random
need,
creatures.
Like, little guys.
Yeah, little gremlin guys.
Like,
I can see it. That'd be cool. I would love to see that. Well, guys, we will get her into voice acting of gremlins specifically.
Yes.
All right, next question for you.
Dudes. Yeah.
And that is, since you first started streaming, all the way back in the day, compared to now, have you noticed any changes in your like performance, your quality, things you do differently?
gonna get a little sad, but I think sometimes I think I've lost myself a little bit in the sauce. Because at the start, it was just me and my friends, right? Playing Smash Bros. And being chill with each other. And I feel like it was a lot easier to keep up with my community and like keep up with the people, you know? Like I would be like, "Oh, hey, user X, how's work going? Did you get that promotion you were trying to get?" You know, that kind of stuff. I would remember every single little detail about my viewers, and I'm very good at remembering like these things. Like if you tell me you're into something, I will probably never forget it, you know, that kind of thing. But as time goes on and the number of viewers goes up and more first time chatters appear, I feel like uh sometimes I get like a resub and they've been resubbed for like 6 months and I feel like I've never seen the name before.
Oh.
You know, I'm like, "Oh, thank you, name I can't even pronounce for the resub." Wait, 6 months?
Oh, where you
And
been? Where you been?
yeah, and it's like they've probably been around. I just don't have the same ability to pay attention to each and every one of like my viewers, and I feel like a lot of people lost interest in the community because of that, because a lot of people enjoy smaller streamers because of that, which I completely understand, right? And I sometimes regret not being able to make every single one of my community members like feel special. So sometimes I feel a little bit bitter about that, and I wonder if I've like become like a worse streamer because of that.
Oh.
I just don't feel that same connection that maybe it was a little bit parasocial, right? Because there's the idea that viewers are parasocial towards the streamer. Maybe I was a little bit parasocial towards my viewers as well. And I feel like that's a lot harder to achieve now. And sometimes I wonder if something went wrong along the way, or if it's just like the natural progression of things. So yeah, when I look at my stream chat and I see some people from the beginning, some new names, and I don't see like all the people that I used to know, I wonder like did I do something wrong along the way? So that is I don't know if I'm a better streamer or a worse streamer because of it. But I'm happy where I am, of course. Like I love my community. But sometimes I do wonder if I lost myself in the sauce.
That's so interesting. I never even thought about that. No, that's actually something that is kind of I never heard anyone talk about, is the growth of
really?
you. Yeah, no, not really, because like the growth of people always like to talk about them growing and becoming bigger, gaining that community, gaining all that kind of stuff. But you started out with like a small niche community where you knew each and every single person, and you
Yeah.
knew all their likes, dislikes, histories of that. But now you're pretty big, where you have a pretty awesome, amazing community, but it's hard to pinpoint certain kind of people, and sometimes they've been
Yeah.
supporting you for a very long time, and you stopped seeing those recurring people because they're
For
so
real.
massive. So it's just a really interesting mindset. I don't think it takes away you as a content creator at all. I think it's just the natural progression as you get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think
Yeah.
just you remembering that was a difference between the two is actually massive, in my opinion. Because some people will just keep growing and they forget about all the people from before, and they just keep going, and not even look back. But you kind of like acknowledge that there was a difference between the two, and you want to kind of like remember that was the thing. And I think that's really important as someone who's growing, to also be aware that yeah, there is a difference between the two. There's a difference of maybe having so many people come in that you've never seen people, but also there was that niche small people. Just imagine if you saw that one person come back and they actually say that, hey, I'm still watching, I'm still lurking, I'm still supporting you. That's going to mean the world to you,
Yeah.
So
I had a sorry to interrupt. I had a resub the other day, that was a name I hadn't seen in years, and they've been subscribed all these years, and it was like resubbed for like 47 months.
Whoa.
And I was ecstatic. It made my day.
Yeah, see, that's really nice. And
it was awesome.
and I think that's the main difference. I think that's what really makes you a really great content creator. It's because you do recognize that there's a difference. You know that this person is not just some random name that has been subbing for you for 6 months. This is a person that was with you for a very long time, and you still remember it. And I think that's really important. I love it. That's really good.
I think I'm probably also in that like awkward teenager phase of growth where I average like 100-ish viewers, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you know, objectively it's a huge number, but subjectively I'm still a small-ish streamer. But it's like it's that edge of small. It's on like that where it becomes like a barrier to just keep up with everyone, but the community is not quite big enough for me to look at chat as like a monolith. Right,
Yeah.
it was like a not a universal, but as a homogeneous entity, which I see like, you know, for huge streamers, chat becomes like this homogeneous thing, which I think is probably a lot easier to manage. And when you're a small creator, you just remember everyone, so it's like it's not homogeneous, but it's easy to keep up. So right now I'm on that awkward teenage phase where it's not homogeneous yet because it's not quite big enough, but it's big. It's too big for me to like keep up with. So I really hope I either go back to 20 viewers or that I can just pop off soon.
You'll get that. Just keep doing you, keep having fun, keep enjoying yourself, and I bet you will get that. A lot of people love your talent and your creativity, so I bet you'll keep on growing. Oh yeah, 100%. And I just think that you'll definitely, as long as you can still point out some of the very few people who still do that, even if you don't need to know their daily life, you don't need to know their like likes or dislikes kind of situation, just know that they're still supporting you, they still enjoy you because you're still still doing the things you like to do. Okay,
that's true.
So
I think it's always going to be me.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna get better at some things.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing you need to think about, is that as long as you stay you and you're honestly being the best you can be, don't worry that a lot of these smaller like people who've been watching for a long time might get mad at you if you don't remember their birthday. No, just know that they are still supporting you because you are still you. You know.
Yeah. I just wish I could give more, but you know. I think it's just the awkward teenage phase.
Trust me, I'm still in the baby phase. Like I still can point out people in my community, like Pasta, who's been with us for 2 years, 2 years and 6 months.
Yeah.
No, I freaking love this dude. He's really great. I've actually been into some of his stream. I've been on Discord and I played Call of Duty with him. You know, I've hung out with a lot of my individual like communities. You know, because I am in that small like niche communities. I'm still building up my communities, and I'll probably feel like, oh my god, I can't imagine myself getting to your position where I will have those hundreds of like people watching me, and I'm going to forget like some of my individual streamers. But I will have to think of it like you, where as long as I stay who I am truly, I know that those people are still going to keep supporting me.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, do you know Papa Sama's birthday? No, you know Papa's birthday.
It's June 9th. 6/9.
Oh. Are you? Did you get it? I have no idea. I have no idea. that'd be pretty good.
I just wanted to make a 69 joke.
I love it. You know what? Fair. The task of individualism is draining and tiring, but if you may share you a piece of advice, don't look for past conversations, rather look for their online personality. It seems stupid, but it's been proven and shown by Tricko right here. He doesn't actually remember me by the conversations, but it's the enthusiasm of the conversation. Not everyone can be remembered by remembering certain ways they act. We'll always remember you for them. But right now, I give hugs to Mary. Aw.
Thank you, Pasta.
Yeah, Papa, I wish I had 69 as a birthday. Sounds great. That sounds amazing. I love it. That'd be so good. Alright, so I think we got one more spin, so let's do another spin. I think I saw it come up. Do it. But yeah, that was good. That was touching. I thought that was sweet. Very sweet. Of course. Like I said, it's just really interesting to see that kind of like Let's say we have another fan-made question. So I'll be curious of how you would answer this. If you could have a real-world superpower, but it can only be used for your streams and contents, what would you rather have? Like, what would you like to
What's a
have?
real world superpower? Like,
This one's a confusing one. Pretty much is like if you could have any superpower ever, and like
okay.
yeah, any superpower, not just a real world superpower. It's like any power, but it can only be
Okay.
used when you turn on your stream. Like say if I wanted to fly, I can only do it while I'm streaming and making content.
I think this might be a very boring answer, but I've always thought that if I had a superpower, I would like it to be I used to watch a lot of Doraemon when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
Doraemon is like this anime where this kid befriends an alien cat who
The
has
blue one,
an
right?
infinite pouch. Yeah, an
Yeah.
infinite pouch of hammer space, right? And it just takes out inventions. And one invention that Doraemon had was a glove that if you were wearing that glove and you gave a handshake to someone with that glove, you would basically inherit their biggest talent. So for example, if you shook hands with LeBron James, you would get LeBron's level of basketball.
Okay.
So I always thought that if I had a superpower, it would be really cool to like get a sort of something like that where, you know, if looking up a person or thinking about someone, you could get like their level of expertise in a certain area.
That'd be cool.
And especially with the internet, this would be so broken, right?
Right?
You can tell I'm
I would
definitely neurotypical with the way I think about these things.
I know it's
And
just
for
smart. It's really
streaming,
good.
For streaming, it would work. Like, imagine you're playing Guilty Gear and you can just like
Shake the hands of your opponent.
Yeah, and you can just like look up, I don't know, who's the best May player in Guilty Gear Strive, and it's Slash, right? And you look up Slash, you think a little about Slash, and suddenly you play as good as him. Or Chad is having a conversation about, I don't know, biochemistry. You can imagine, like, you can look up like some really famous like biochemists, and you get their expertise on the matter. I don't know. I feel like this would just be a completely broken superpower.
A little bit.
So maybe it's a little bit of a boring answer, but I've always just.
It's clever because I never heard that
like,
one before. That's good.
I just like the idea of learning stuff and being good at things and trying to get better at stuff. So I always try to kind of. It would be cool to have like this person's input on something.
No, that'd be really cool. I would totally take that glove to TwitchCon though. You know, just like shake all these people's hands. Like now I'm the ultimate streamer. You know, yeah, cool. But also, it'd be kind of nice to be knowledgeable kind of stuff. Because even as someone who's still growing, I still have a lot of things to learn. And I wish I was more knowledgeable with some of the things that actually comes up. Because there's still things that I'm just like, wow, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But it doesn't seem like there's still stuff I need to learn. Still things. And so being able to shake hands with like people who are super high up there, who's had the experience and the knowledge of content creation and stuff like that, it'd be really nice to just like pick their brains. Be like, oh, that's a thing that you can do? I didn't know that's a thing you could do.
I get it.
I like it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You get it.
See, I like that. That's a good idea. I might steal that as an answer. I might steal that.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Go ahead.
Definitely. All right. So before we get to the next spin, let's get to the next question. The next question is that what's your favorite video game or video game franchise? There's now getting to the fun facts. The fun facts about this lovely lady.
So I feel like just from sheer memories alone, Smash would be my favorite game. But Xenoblade Chronicles is very close to my heart.
Okay, that's a good one.
It's it's a JRPG. So they are JRPGs that just have really touching stories, really touching characters. And somehow they're the only games that run well on the Switch. So, you know, they're doing something right.
True, very true. Xenoblade, let's go.
And I wouldn't go as far as to say these games changed my life, but I definitely these stories definitely touched my heart a lot, and these characters, and so I think I would probably say Xenoblade. if I'm not saying like Smash, because I feel like Smash is just the correct answer, even though I don't play it. It just the way it changed my life, the people I met, the fact that I'm streaming right now thanks to it, etc. Like it has to be my favorite game of all time. But if I were to pick like a franchise that I just remember fondly, I would say Xenoblade Chronicles for sure.
No, I think
Smash
it's a good
did
answer.
change my life.
Yeah, no, like
Xenoblade, I wouldn't say so.
yeah, no, like 100%. That like Super Smash Bros. Is a very great answer. I don't see that as a wrong answer at all. I think it's such a really good answer. You know, like Super Smash Bros. Is one of my favorite.
It's just because I don't if I'm to pick up that game, I'm not gonna have a good time.
No, 100%. Like my favorite franchise of all time is Metal Gear Solid. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan, but you won't see me like play it right now. Like if I play it right now, I'll probably get really bored. But like that changed my entire life growing up, and there's still a lot of sentimental value that goes into, you know.
Yeah,
so like
sure.
you can still have Super Smash Bros. Your favorite, even if you don't play it that much anymore. It still means a lot to you. So, yeah,
it definitely does. Yeah.
Hi, President. I got the president following. God, Joe, President.
Huge day.
I know, right, President. Well, I'll have to step up my game a little bit more. Step up my game.
Sit straight.
Mr. President. Yeah, I'll definitely try my best. Try my best. Cool. Next question for you. Next question. Actually, we have a spin. Let's do a spin.
Oh.
Knowledge is power, yet with such power comes the realization of the world isn't as it seems. You become saddened in the reality of others by naturally brainwashed into bliss ability destroyed. Careful what you choose when it comes to knowledge. True. Speaking of knowledge, let's become more knowledgeable. Do you have an embarrassing story? Yeah. See, this is what he's talking about when it comes to knowledge.
I definitely have a lot of embarrassing stories. The first embarrassing. Can I think for a little bit?
Yeah. You want to come back for this a little bit later?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to this one. Cool. Awesome. Next question, and that is, if you could live in any video game or anime world, what world would you like to live in?
Pokemon.
True. Right?
Pokemon.
Same here. 100%. Not because of Trico. But because I just love that. I love the idea of just having Pokemon with you. You know, I don't know, a little
it's
mimic
just reality, but cooler.
Yeah, right? It's so cool.
Yeah.
I would love to like growing up with Pokemon, then all the commercials and every game is literally saying that like I want to be a Pokemon master. I want to live in a Pokemon world, you know? Like the 100%. That's the best answer. Oh, thank you for 10 bits. I appreciate that.
Oh, Chiaki.
Thank you. Oh, I love Chiaki. I mean, you can actually probably see her right there. I'm a huge Danganronpa fan.
Oh yeah, there she is. I saw a Chiaki cosplay today on the street.
What?
It was wild.
What?
There is an anime convention, convention going on in my city.
I was like,
but I just saw her in the wild. It was very, very funny.
That's cool. Freaking Chiaki is my favorite character in Danganronpa, so yeah.
She's great.
Love her. She's great. She's amazing. I love Chiaki.
I think I remember an embarrassing story. So,
all right, back to this then. Back to this.
So one of the reasons why, and this made me a lot more, I guess, open-minded to, because I have a lot of kiddos watching me on YouTube, because kids just watch YouTube, right?
True. I also use Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, the Super Smash Brothers. I've learned that a lot of kids like to play Super Smash Brothers. They like to follow other Super Smash Brothers.
But the kids don't even know I play Super Smash Brothers.
Oh,
that's way older.
if you tell them that, oh my god.
Last year, yeah.
Ah, true. Okay.
But I get a lot of weird comments like, "Can you draw this character, Mari? Please pay attention to me. Draw this character." And I get a lot of people asking me how do you deal with that? You know, how do you handle that? Because all you get is those comments, and it must get really annoying. And then I remember the story. So when I was 11 years old, I was very into this art YouTuber called Sophie-chan. And Sophie-chan made a lot of art tutorials. She drew these beautiful pictures, and I was obsessed. Even my mom knows who Sophie-chan is. She probably still remembers from how much I just talked about her on at home, and when I was learning how to draw. And as an 11-year-old who barely spoke English, I had the brilliant idea to one day email Sophie-chan
emailed her.
And I emailed her and I was like, hey, I'm such a fan. And like, my friend from school and we are such friends. And unfortunately, my friend is suffering from a terminal illness.
Oh.
And her last wish is for you to draw our OC.
Wait.
So I emailed this YouTuber like, hey, like my friend's terminal illness last wish is for you to draw this character. Will you honor her last wish before she departs from this world forever? So I emailed a YouTuber trying to guilt trip them into making free art of my OC by lying and talking about a friend with like a terminal illness. So what was running through your head? I don't know. I was 11 years old. I thought that was a really cool thing to do, and you know, I was shooting my shot, I guess. And she actually responded to me.
Oh,
and
she
was like,
responded. Okay.
She was so graceful. She was like, I'm really sorry about that. Like, I wish you and your friend the best. Unfortunately, I'm too busy. I can't draw you the pictures, but I will keep your friend in my thoughts. Like, she was very graceful about it. She obviously knew I was a kid, like, you know, bullshitting and like being stupid. But that's probably the most embarrassing thing I can remember that I did. And that's why I can't really blame the kiddos for being like, you know, a little annoying sometimes, because it's like I was just like that, if not worse. Like, I was emailing like this. I only did it once. I didn't insist, you know, but like, yeah, that's the thing I did, and that's really embarrassing. And looking back, I have no idea what the hell I was thinking.
I think you just really wanted this to happen. You feel like this would be the best way to get this happen, you know?
For sure.
Which is like,
for sure, and I guess I wanted to stand out, right, in a way.
Yeah, which best way to stand out? My friend is dying.
Yeah, it's the last wish.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta do his last wish. Come on.
You know, I was a dumb kid, so you know, if the kids are a little dumb, that's okay.
Well, all kids are dumb. All kids. I was dumb. You were dumb. We all kids were dumb. All kids are dumb.
I was really dumb.
we'll look back on it.
That keeps me humble, you know, sometimes, and yeah, I was thinking if there was any other story I could tell, but this one, but yeah, it was this one.
Well, no worries. No, I think it's good. I love how like pasta and the potatoes fighting in chat. Pasta and potatoes fighting in chat, and there's like, I will cook your kneecaps. Like, joke's on you. I don't have kneecaps. I'm a potato. I love this fight between food. I love the fight.
Real.
Oh, mash you. Oh, snap. Don't worry. I think
that's
there's some fighting words right here. There's some fighting words right there. Don't worry. Pasta doesn't really he doesn't live up to his threats. He's sweet. He's a sweet little bean. He'll talk. He'll talk the talk, but when it comes down to it, he'll be like, okay. So he's okay. he's amazing. I love him to death. But anyway, no, that's very embarrassing, but also I think it's very amazing. I love it. I think it helps you out with your content as time goes on.
Yeah, it's a story to tell.
It's a good story. Hi, Ryoko. It's great to see you. She's a dragon VTuber that we've had on our show. She is a lovely model. Definitely recommend checking her out. She's really good.
Thank you.
Aw, look, she loves your outfit too.
Thank you.
So nice. All right, next question. I don't think we have any more spins left. I didn't see any other spins, so we'll see. But hey, this is a fun one. As someone who as big as you have a lot more ties. So this actually could be a very interesting question. You can actually make a lot of this. Yeah, you have a lot of ties in a lot of different kind of spaces of content creators, you know? And
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, so this actually could actually be more reality than other people who just wishes that this could happen. If you could collab with any VTuber, no matter how big or small they are, who would you like to collab with?
I already collabed with Ollie. She was my dream collab.
True.
With another VTuber, no matter how big or small. Who would I collab with? I think maybe I would go back to Hololive and do Fuamoko.
Moko, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I love those two.
Fuamoko,
Oh my god, I've been watching.
Melon Dog.
I
so
love
much.
them so much too. Like I've been watching so much of their content. I love their idea, the thoughts, the
It's
designs.
great.
It's
It's
so
just good
smart. It's
vibes.
so
It's just
smart.
good vibes.
Oh,
And
it's
I
so good.
think it could be really fun to do like an art challenge with them.
Ooh, yeah.
And I think it could be cool to like have them draw something different and then swap the canvas every like 15 seconds or something like
Oh,
that,
and
where I'll give them
continue.
prompts.
Oh, that's so cool. That'd be so much
Yeah, I
fun.
think something like that would be really fun because there's two of them.
Hmm.
And of course, there's always, of course, like they're huge streamers and they're huge creators, and they really inspire me to do more, like I guess kayfabe a little bit.
Ah, yeah. Have a little
You
bit
know,
of
because
a little bit of it,
they're
a little bit of the
yeah, because
character.
they are so into it all the time, and
Right?
like they keep it on for like so long.
It's
And
crazy hard to
they're
keep that
just
going on.
so professional. It's awesome.
They do
I don't know.
such
I
a good
just
job.
I love my cocoa melon dogs. They make me
They're so
happy.
good. They're so good. I'm still wondering how do they get so good at like both saying the same words at the same time. You know, like I feel like they could be literally like twin sisters, whether they just naturally do that.
They are.
Yeah, I know they are, but I just want to know like, do they actually just naturally just know what the other person will say? Like perfectly, or do they actually have like a prompt that they like write down? Like, do they write down a word and then they will like say it together at the same time or something? It's just they're so good at that. It's so
I just
good.
think they're very experienced at it because they've been doing it for a long time.
Probably, you're
And
probably
they're
right.
probably very close as well. So
Yeah,
I
I
just think
definitely
it's awesome that they can like, you know, as siblings share the same space for hours and not just kill each other.
Which 100% I can't. My little cat.
Oh, so cute!
Oh,
Hello.
My cat. He just got groomed,
Oh my God,
so
hi.
he's all nice and groomed.
Oh,
Um,
what a good boy.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. But he would like to sit here and stare at the VTubers on my show. Stare at them. He
I'll
loves
try to move a lot.
try to move a lot because he does get distracted by movement. Like I've had like some VTubers who have like animations in their hair and like he would just stare at them like intensely.
I'll get my wings on.
Did your wings
I'll
on?
get my wings on.
He just watched something. Yeah, there you go. Okay, hey cat, he's all good. Also, yes, they share one brain cell. That's the talent. That's what we need to have. The
Yeah.
best collabs partners, the ones who share the brain cell.
True.
Very true. Yeah, but she has wings. You missed out.
I do.
She does have the wings. She does. Very good. Definitely.
Whether or not I can fly is a secret.
No worry. She can like teleport into people's screens, so I don't think she needs a
Mhm.
fly. She doesn't. Cool. Awesome. Let's get one more spin going. Another
Okay.
spin. Boom. If I break myself, the sharp edges will pierce your. I think Pasta's still fighting. Yeah, Pasta's still fighting with the potato.
They are. They seem to be.
I wish you guys luck. I know. I do prefer pasta a lot of times, but there's some good potatoes I've actually like the chips. Sometimes I'm in the mood for chips. So I don't know who will win. As someone who is in the VTuber space quite heavily, is there any YouTubers you like to watch?
Oh yeah, plenty actually. I feel like saying Alfred and Jaden is kind of cheating. I
given.
can't say that. You know, we play Among Us every Monday. Like it's I think I can't say them anymore.
Oh,
But I really like watching. So for people like I don't collab with and I don't like interact with, I really like watching Curtis Connor. I really like commentary channels. So like Curtis Connor, Chad. Who else? You know, those kinds of Oh, I also really like Nakey Jakey. He does like video game like reviews sort, and he talks about like he just talks about a bunch of things, but he mostly talks about like video game like reviews and stuff. Yeah, I guess I would say those. But I do watch a lot of Chad and Curtis Connor.
Nice.
For
I love
sure.
that. I'll have to go check them out. I have to watch out
Yeah.
your Jaden, Alpharad, Among Us plays. I wonder.
Yeah, Mungie Monday every
I
Monday.
gotta
every
see it.
Monday during November.
Oh, really? Oh man, I gotta check them out. I will see how
other than
sus
that, it's
everyone else.
bi-weekly.
Let's see how sus you guys.
I did skip last week.
Oh.
Because it starts because I was saying like because of the time zones, it starts at 1 a.m. for me.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so it goes on for like very late. So I never really stream it. It's very rare for me to stream it. But they do stream it, and they do make some funny videos out of it. It's cool.
Nice. I'll have to check them out.
It's a good time.
Good time. The best times. I love it.
I like Among Us. I started liking Among Us.
I love it too. Have you ever played the Goose Goose Duck version? The free version?
I have not, but I've seen it.
It's really funny because they add like roles to them, and they're really good roles.
Yeah, we actually play modded Among Us with like a bunch of roles. It gets crazy.
That'd be cool to see. I gotta check them out. Cool. Awesome. Next question for you, and that is, what is next for Mari? You know, like what goals would you like to accomplish? Like what would you like to see of the story?
I would love to eventually get to a point where I'm just a full-time streamer, and the YouTube channel is kind of an afterthought. So right now it's unfortunately the opposite because of revenue, right? Like most of my revenue is made from YouTube and art. And then streaming has to be like a side thing because I don't make a lot from Twitch. But if I could choose, I would do the opposite. I would make most of my income from Twitch, be like a full-time streamer, and then use that content to, hire someone to make YouTube videos out of. If that makes sense. So that would be like my dream career. Just
cool.
like be a streamer, and then the YouTube channel comes like with that. So I guess what I want to accomplish, I don't know, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing, try to stream more, try to figure out how to be a better streamer and a better creator and a better person, I think, because I think they're all like intertwined a little bit with each other. And just keep going. I guess that's the goal, really, to get that Twitch, like, to get past that awkward teenager phase.
Get off the teenager phase. You need to grow up. You need to get to the college phase. You need to get to the college phase. I wonder what the college phase is.
I don't know. Maybe.
Imagine that's what like Jaden's in right now, and then like Markiplier is like the adult phase.
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I could be
Jaden
wrong.
doesn't really stream, but I think you don't have to go as far. I think.
I know. I
stay comfortably on the hundreds and
just comfortably, just to have a casual, nice, relaxing,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I guess it's just be a better streamer, get more subs on Twitch, and actually keep up with them.
No worries. Keep it up. Keep doing it yourself. I hope this fun little interview has helped Britton brought out some more attention to you, get some more people to check it out. So I know Pasta over here loves to check you out, and also my mod checked you out, so I hope you get some really awesome people. They're a great community. They're great, amazing people. I love it. Awesome.
I'm enjoying them a lot.
They're so good. That's good. Even if they like to fight with food. Pasta. Yeah, and Silo actually was fighting against a pickle just a little bit ago. So yeah, my community likes to fight with food. Well, anyway, are you ready for the last question of the night?
I am, absolutely.
This is my favorite question to ask. I love asking this question. I even was on a panel, and I actually asked this question to Iron Mouse herself.
Wow.
That's really good. Yeah, I love it. It was really good. So here's the question. Do you have any advice for those who want to get into streaming / VTubing?
I think for VTubing specifically, please, if you've never streamed in your life, do not get into VTubing right away. If you have never streamed in your life, try it out. Even without a camera, get a little PNG or like use your camera, whatever you feel more comfortable with, and just try streaming for a while. Try to see if you like it. Try to see if your computer can handle it. Try to see, invite some friends over, get them in your chat. Just see if you enjoy it before you get into VTubing, because VTubing is a lot more expensive than a lot of people think.
Oh yeah.
Even if you make your own art, even if you make your own assets, there's still a lot of money involved, especially if you want to have a good model.
I'd buy a freaking phone. I'd buy a phone just for this little thing.
We both got a phone.
Yeah,
just for this.
Just for this.
Yeah. It's the VTube Studio machine.
Yeah.
So see if you enjoy being a content creator before you get starry-eyed about the whole world of VTubing, because what you might see is usually not how things are going to be for you right away. try to figure out figure out what kind of content you want to do, because a lot of people just like get into it. They see Iron Mouse, right? And Iron Mouse just turns on the screen, like the stream. She talks for a while, you know, she talks with her chat, she interacts with people, she has a lot of people to interact with. She chats for a while and she makes a bunch of money. And a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh, so this is what VTubing is like. I want to do this. And they go into this without really realizing that being a variety streamer is kind of an end. Is kind of an end goal, right?
Yep.
Because if you start a stream and you just start chatting with people and no one knows who you are, no one's really gonna open your stream, right? So you gotta really know what kind of content you really want to make so that you can bring the people in, whether it's interviews or Smash Bros streams or art or something like that. And thank you, I'm glad you like my art style.
She's actually a VTuber herself. Does amazing, awesome stuff. She does just tarot cards, just tarot card readings.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
Really cool person.
Oh, I like that. Oh, but yeah, I would say mostly that. Just like see if you're really passionate about content creation before pursuing VTubing, because it's just a huge investment you gotta do just to try to see if you like something.
True.
And the second thing is focus more on audio than image quality. Yeah. You don't need a fancy overlay. You don't need a fancy model. Just make sure your microphone doesn't suck.
Yes.
Your audio levels
100%.
are like decent.
Dude, like I've been doing this for like over 4 years, and I'm still trying to find the best mic like settings. I'm trying not to peak or pop. Or, like, man, get that down. If you can master sound, you are like 90% there, you know.
Yeah, like I've never seen anyone leave a stream because like the VTuber doesn't move enough, but I see people leave streams because the microphone sounds like shit. So yeah, and a lot of people are gonna be lurking on your streams.
True.
Not everyone's gonna be chatting all the time, and thank God, because that would be absolutely chaotic. Shout outs to lurkers, by the way. I love
lurkers. Yes, shout out to all the lurkers in chat. Love you guys.
And so you gotta keep it nice for them, you know. You gotta make sure your audio is nice. I think that's the number one thing that's gonna make people stick around. And then it's the number one reason why I leave someone's stream sometimes. It's like the game is too loud or the microphone is crap. You know.
Yep, 100%. Definitely agree with that. Like, because I think like most people most lurkers who like watch this don't actually have your screen on. They kind of just have you in the background while they're working on something. Yeah, so exactly. Like having good sound is literally the key component of like a positive like streaming content, you know. Yeah,
for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, hey, that's all the questions I have. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I had so much fun.
Me too. I had a great time. I love the discussions. I just love being able to see this different kind of side of content creation. You know, as someone who actually loves just interacting with a lot of different levels of content creators, it's just really cool to see your point of view on a lot of things. And I just love it. I'm really happy and very pleased to have you on my show. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I had a great time. Thank you for letting me yap about myself.
Yeah, no, love it.
I think everyone has to be a little like full of themselves to be a content creator in general. Not full of themselves, but you know, like a little egotistical, like,
egocentric. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't try to be the center of attention on our streams, right?
True. You have to have a little bit of confidence in yourself in that kind of sense. Well, hey.
So thank you for letting me indulge in talking about myself for 2 hours.
Of course, yes. Actually, we ran a little bit of overtime, so it's actually really nice. But no. Thank you for coming on my show and talking for me. I really do appreciate it. Now, guys in chat, if you guys would like to throw out some questions you'd love to ask our lovely magical girl over here, definitely throw at her face.
Let me know.
You know, and you also have some spins left, so if you guys want to do some spins, you definitely go for it. Definitely. But yeah, awesome. If you want to, while we wait for some questions to pop up, I always like to give my guests the first opportunity to send their raid. So, is there anyone you'd like us to raid?
Let's see who I have on my following tab.
And Derry, for someone who loves your art so much, do you have any questions for this lovely lady over here?
Let me see if I have. Oh, Kidlink is
Ooh, Kidlink? Oh.
Kidlink. So Kidlink is one of those people who were there since the beginning, since the Smash times. He's always like such a positive person every single time on like every community that I see Kidlink on, and he's definitely like one of the OGs. And he doesn't show up as often because he's very busy with like his job and all that stuff.
Makes sense.
But
Makes sense.
I'm always happy to see Kidlink, and I would love to rate Kidlink if you would like.
Yeah, of course. Let me do that right now. That's set up. Get ready. Playing some of the Super Smash Brothers. Melee. Oh, he's old school.
Yeah, playing Melee.
Wow, that's some old school stuff. He's playing against. It looked like he's playing against Fox. Wow, Melee Fox is scary. Melee's so. Well, I wish you luck. Alright. Well, if you have no more questions, any more spins, then I want to say again, thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys are all freaking amazing. I love seeing you guys. Thank you so much for all the interactions you guys have. Mary, where can people find you? Where can people see where you are?
So I stream on Twitch at least 3 times a week, usually Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, sometimes more. And I'm also on YouTube. If you like art-related content, I definitely recommend YouTube. If you're more into like the gaming zone and like chatting and some art as well, I do that more so on Twitch. So those are my main 2 main platforms. And I'm also on Twitter, but on all the other platforms, Twitter, Instagram,
all the stuff.
All this stuff. But those are the most the main ones.
All the main ones. Well, thank you guys so much. Let's go give a lovely raid to Kidlink. We need to hype him up. He's doing pretty well, but he's faced off against a Fox in Melee, so those are always really good. So let's go give him all the shout-outs, all the love-ins. Let's get this raid started. Thank you guys so much for joining in. You guys all are freaking amazing. If you guys would like to check out a new VTuber each and every week where we'll be interviewing a new VTuber, you can also follow me. We have another awesome VTuber tomorrow that we'll be interviewing, so sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Till then, I hope you guys. Yeah, of course. Don't thank you. Don't leave Discord yet, okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Awesome. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.